We're working it, sweetie.
Oh, jeez.
And no one knows how to rescue this cow. She's stuck at the bottom of an old well in Fresno.
Wow.
And all she can do is look up with big cow eyes.
Oh, no.
Rescuers say the animal slipped through a fence sometime yesterday and then fell straight down the well, and that's about 20 feet. It looks like she'll be down there for a while.
Wow, that's not good.
No.
And yet, amazingly, I'm very glad to see you were able to make it to work this morning, Terry.
Thank you. Yeah, that was nice.
Call it the magic of magic. I don't know.
We're working it, sweetie.
You know we are.
Oh, yeah?
We do every morning.
Good.
I don't know how this is the rescuer guy. I hope this is his voice.
We're working it, sweetie.
We're working it, sweetie.
And no one knows how to rescue this cow. She's stuck at the bottom of an old well in Fresno. And all she can do is look up with big cow eyes. Rescuers say the animal slipped through a fence sometime yesterday and then fell straight down the well, and that's about 20 feet.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, rescue it so we can slit its throat and make it into steaks. Lucky for you, you're rescued.
Yes.
Probably rather stay there.
Burger price is going up because of this.
As soon as she gets rescued, right on the spit.
Yep, that's nice.
Right on the grill.
No, just keep me here. I'm good.
And you wonder why she's hanging out in a well where no one can get at her.
Right.
I wonder. This is the smartest cow of the bunch.
Right.
Oh, some would call this a mad cow. Stephen,
Yes.
how are you this morning?
I'm good. I'm
Okay,
good.
that's nice to hear.
I've got big cow eyes.
Oh, jeez.
Are you looking up at
You
us?
don't have big cow eyes. You have little beady eyes
Really?
that disappear into your head anytime you start laughing in any strong fashion. It's really very, very disgusting almost.
And scary?
Well, yes. If you want to bring up all the adjectives we can think of, sure.
Well, I can't help the way I was made.
I know. We've realized that for some time. Anyhow, anyone see American Idol last night? I completely forgot it was
Yes.
on. Do you believe that crap?
Yes, we watched
I watched it.
Whoa.
Gene Simmons?
I'm in.
Oh,
boy.
that's all it took was Gene Simmons to be on American Idol and Hot Shots In.
Absolutely.
You
Yep.
see, they're smart. They put in someone like Gene Simmons, which probably is the reason Hot Shots started watching. You realized it was pretty good, didn't you?
You are correct.
The first couple of rounds, those opening rounds are the time to watch.
It's very entertaining.
Okay.
But I'm wondering what it's going to be like after that.
No, you don't want to watch after that. You don't want to watch the middle rounds. It's nauseating.
Once they get everybody they like, huh?
We were, once they find the people that they like, it's way downhill from there. Trust me, this is why the first round gets the biggest ratings. That's why they extended the first round this year. It's going to be like 90% of what they show. They know this is the biggest ratings time for them. People like to see the ones that suck.
They had plenty last night.
And the best time, obviously, is when you have someone that sucks that doesn't know it.
Right.
We have the audio footage. Anyone have it? Who brought it in? I need to watch American Idol from last night.
I brought you a video.
A video?
Yeah.
Pretty amazed you still have VCR, Stephen. You aware of that?
It's pretty crazy, I know.
You brought a video.
I did, yeah.
Okay. Well, we're
I
going to
haven't watched it either. I was hoping we could watch it together maybe after the show.
That's not going to happen.
Grab a bowl of popcorn.
All right. We'll transfer your audio from the video down here in the studio, and we'll play it on the air. Does that sound good?
Oh, it sounds great.
Oh, goody.
Hopefully it all worked out okay.
They were in New Orleans last night?
Yeah, they were. Had some very interesting people.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we'll take a listen. We will.
Yeah, and then tonight it's Las Vegas.
Las Vegas tonight?
Yes, and they have Kenny Loggins as their guest judge.
Yes.
Who's
Back to Cook Corner, huh, Vinny?
He's like, huh?
I know, he's like, who's that?
What now?
I'm sure he's a big fan of Gene Simmons and Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Loggins.
Kenny
there.
Loggins and Kenny Rogers and any Kenny you want to throw in there as well.
The T-Man from 20th Century.
I want to strum my guitar and yodelay. That's the life I love the best.
No, I asked you to lay down American Idol.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know. This is like the Game Show Network putting on The Price is Right. Remember that game? Do they still have that game on The Price is Right? The cliffhanger guy?
Yeah.
They must. It's a good one.
Yeah, they'd have
They
Are
do.
you sure?
Yes.
I don't think so.
No, I watched it plenty in the hospital.
Oh, geez.
Yes,
And they still
have it.
They still have the guy.
That climbs up the mountain.
Right.
And he yodels all the way up.
And you gotta hope that he doesn't fall off the cliff.
Right.
That's what this is, right? This isn't American Idol.
No.
Oh, jeez. Well, actually, this guy is a little different, and I kind of like him.
Yeah, I kind of like it too.
They didn't take him.
I think I'd buy his album.
Oh, jeez.
They did not.
I want to do a poker to him, Terry.
I love the best.
See, I can't stop thinking the Price is Right. I'm thinking to myself, I feel like I'm in the studio audience going, stop! Stop! Come on, Bob! Don't let him fall off the cliff! Oh, jeez.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
That's not easy to do. You know, you have a real good voice.
Where?
Well,
Come on.
Simon, that was rude.
Well, I wasn't being rude, Paula.
Yes, you were being rude.
He's not that bad, dude. Come on.
Give me a chance, y'all, please.
How could you say you're not being rude?
Because it was like...
When I say he has a good voice and you say
He's a good
where?
voice in English.
It was like
he
a
meant,
cross
Paula.
between a rodeo and La Casual Fall.
oh, well, that's what the show needed.
The whole audition was terrible.
You're not happy with his image.
Oh.
No, his voice.
It's your image.
Okay, let's go have sex, Paula. What do you say? All right. You want to make it another week on the show? You better do Simon again, quick.
Wow.
She's trying to make a comeback, Paula Abdul, and the rumor is that Randy Jackson is producing her album.
Really?
Yes, straight up there, yes.
Jeez.
And you'll be hearing that album drop soon, Terry.
Wow, can't wait.
Now, is MC Scat Cat going to come out of retirement to be on this one, too?
I have not seen if that's confirmed yet.
Okay, I'm
but
ready.
you got to know, wherever Paula goes, MC Scat Cat, not too far behind.
That's what I hear.
Because when she takes two steps forward. Oh, never mind.
He takes 2 steps back.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
sure opposites attract anymore. Maybe that's the
Okay.
that's the problem.
That's fine. What else is going on in the world? So they didn't take this guy. They were arguing.
No,
Obviously,
they didn't.
Simon always wins, so...
It's more than that. It is.
Randy always laughs from the belly, even though he claims he doesn't have one anymore.
It's your image.
It's more than that.
I can work on it.
Yes.
He could.
Well, who couldn't?
Yeah.
What else? What else?
Well, Debbie Gibson is trying to make a comeback.
Oh, jeez.
And Stephen,
I don't know if there's any room in the musical industry for Paula Abdul and Debbie Gibson to make simultaneous comebacks, Terry.
I know.
One of them's going to have to step aside.
Well, you might want to have Paula Abdul step aside because Debbie Gibson is going to appear nude in the March issue of Playboy. Hey.
Okay, if this was 1989. But wait a minute, this is 2005.
Yes, it is.
Is there anything Debbie Gibson has that we want to see at this point?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. I guess that's the right answer.
Why is she doing that?
Debbie Gibson was in the studio.
Oh, yes.
She played the T-Man's Birthday Challenge that we used to do back in the day, and maybe we'll have to revive at some point, Terry.
She did.
She failed miserably. She was nothing but a complete liar and had to get naked here in the studio, Terry, and she promised that'd be the last time she got naked in public. Anyhow, on that morning where Debbie Gibson came down here, Stephen Kilbreth, in the most pathetic fashion, and realized, ladies and gentlemen, this is saying so much because he's pathetic every day, realized that he came down. I mean, I hope this wasn't a bad dream I had. This did happen, right?
Yeah,
Terry?
it did. I mean, and he wasn't even working like for us.
Right.
He was
At
working
the
for
time,
Metro.
he was working for Metro Traffic.
Right, and was all the way downtown.
They had their offices all the way downtown. And yet Stephen, in a very lame fashion, came down with his Lost in Your Eyes album and his camera.
It was Electric Youth.
With his Electric Youth album and his camera.
Yeah.
And his I'm in the Debbie Gibson fan club pin. And
She'd never seen one of those.
And he begged her to sign the album for him.
Well, she gladly did. You know that. She was happy to sign something.
Well, after we revived her from passing out from actually realizing she had a fan, she did, yes, sign your album, and it was really the lamest moment the show has ever had.
Well, when she signed his boobs, that was the worst part.
Well, that at least made sense.
Okay.
Have boobs, gotta use them some fashion.
I still can't get that Sharpie out either. It's still there.
Yeah, it's like
You were definitely starstruck. Starstruck.
Oh, geez.
No, that was very exciting.
Sorry,
I mean, that was probably one of the most exciting people I've met.
Wow. Okay. Now we know even more about you than we never wanted to know.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Sounds like life stood out in Duval.
So you would think you'd be like beyond control with excitement hearing that Debbie Gibson has agreed to pose for Playboy, Stephen, and it sounds like you're disappointed.
Well, I think it's beneath her. I don't know why she...
It's beneath her. What's beneath her? She's Debbie Gibson. She had a couple of good years like Tiffany.
Yeah, but it's just disappointing, when this idol that you've had and that you thought was, I would never have thought that she would have done that.
Oh, jeez. Stephen doesn't want to see her nude.
Wow.
Like that.
Well, I'm not saying I don't want to, but
Steven's going to wash his breast for the first time this morning in the past.
His breast.
Yeah.
It's all just one breast.
Well, the spread has been timed to coincide with the release of her new single titled Naked, Steven.
Oh.
So it all works together.
Yes.
Her new cut is going to be entitled Naked, and she's going to pose naked in Playboy.
There you
All
go.
part of the big marketing blitz, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Don't pretend that you don't get weak, Steven. In a glance. Oh, jeez. Anyhow.
She was very nice when she came down.
She was overly nice, so she was pathetically nice. She realized that she, yes, we did it for Steven.
Yeah.
And it was, I really wished I hadn't after it was over. But anyway. It's all right, there you go. She's going to pose naked. Good for her.
Yes, she is.
I'd rather see the yodeler naked, Terry.
No, I don't think you would.
All right. She's got to be pushing 35, 40 nowadays.
She's 34.
That's it?
Yes.
All right.
She was born in 1970.
Thank
August
you, Steven.
31st.
I could do the math.
In Brooklyn, New York.
It's the same age as some of us in here, so it's not hard to do the math, all right?
Right, well, yeah, when you're born in
Okay.
70, it's easy to figure out.
Thank you so much.
Boy,
So you're not going to look at her pictures. You're not going to want to see her naked in Playboy. You're not going to open up the old magazine there in the darkened bathroom and do what guys, well, at least did 20, 30 years ago when that's all you had pretty much in the porn industry.
I'm not sure. I don't know if I have to wait and see how...
Wow.
I could still be disappointed and look, can't I?
You're going to put your eyeball right up to her vagina, aren't you?
I don't know about
Admit
that.
it now. Don't lie. Understand the reality. If you were really as outraged as you claim you are, you would have no problem answering that question that we just asked you, and you just wavered, which lends us to believe that you are definitely going to check her out in Playboy, and you'll probably do some really sick and twisted things to that magazine.
Get the magnifying glass
Oh,
out,
geez.
check it all out.
If you have a magnifying glass next to your VCR, fine. Something tells me you may even take out the really disgusting, gnarly kill breath tongue when you see that
Oh, boy.
that spread of Deborah Gibson and Playboy.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Whatever. But you are going to look, right?
Not a Lick magazine kind of
Oh,
guy.
geez. You're a scratch and sniff guy? That's even worse. Are you going to look or not?
Well,
Of course you are.
well, we get the thing here at the station, so it's hard,
Oh,
to...
come on.
We never see them, though. I don't know where they go.
Yeah, they
hard-
go straight to you.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Well, who are they? Who we get Playboy here at the
Yeah,
station?
we do.
Playboy does nothing for me. I don't even care if we get Playboy. Who gets it? Who is it sent to?
Not me.
It's right into the studio.
It what?
It comes right into the studios where I usually see it, or in the
Probably
T-Man box.
Raymond, huh?
That's his
Yes.
home address.
He got it forwarded to his home address now. So you're not going to see it. You're going to have to go out and get your own.
Now, if I have to go buy my own, I probably wouldn't do it.
Right. Of course not. You just make an appointment with the dentist that week. Be sitting next to the Highlights magazine.
Right.
Debbie Gibson and Playboy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's very exciting. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's what you can hear from Kilbrett's bathroom when the lights are out, the door is locked, and he's got his brand new Playboy inside. And Amy is going to be like, "Are you done yet, Steven? I got to take a piss."
Oh, man.
Yeah, Schwagger.
Hello.
Yeah, Schwagger. What do you need this morning, real quick?
Well, simply put, I'm going to be going to Tolo next week, no matter if I have a date or not. So,
Oh, my gosh.
All right. So why do we need to know this?
well, also there's the fact that since Women's Gone,
Yes.
I'm declaring February 3rd
Yes.
National Women is Gone Day.
Okay. That's fine.
Mhm.
Thank you for that.
No problem.
Now, have you been in contact with the woman who's going to be your date for the prom in June or May or whenever it is?
Well, I haven't been online in almost.
She's
since
been
last week.
trying to get in contact with you. She's very excited.
Well, I haven't been able to get online.
You
I'll
would
be able to
think
get
you'd be
online.
excited enough to call her and at least touch base with her and have that groundbreaking moment of, oh yeah, I heard you're going to be my date, and get that awkwardness out of the way, at least a little bit of it.
I'll try to call her.
She's been trying to talk to you. What are you doing?
Well, I've been working. I haven't been able to get online.
It's those dogs.
Terry,
They need to be walked.
my son won't turn out like this, will he?
I hope not.
When I have to push him to go talk to girls?
You
Girls
might
who are
have to.
dying to talk to him?
You might have to.
No, I'm going to be with you guys.
You want to go to this prom with this blonde, right?
Yeah?
Well, we couldn't have had it made more clear to us here in the studio that she really wanted it bad.
Right.
And yet it seems like Schwagger wants it, if he wants it at all, maybe 1/100th of the amount that she wants it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, do we have to force him into this prom date?
Sounds like it.
Mm-hmm.
People used to make dates and plans before the internet, too, by the way.
Right.
I mean, it's okay to call somebody these days.
Are you going to call her or not?
Well, she's a long distance.
Jeez.
You don't have long distance there in the trailer?
No.
All right. So how would you like us to, what would you like us to do to make her feel better? Because it's been almost a week now that she's won her spot at Homecoming 2005 with you. She's been trying to get in touch with you. She's made that clear to us, and she's getting a little frustrated that you haven't called her.
Well, I will try to get a hold of her via email by Sunday.
By Sunday?
That's the soonest I can get on the net.
As soon as you can get on the net is Sunday.
Yes. I have work and work.
When we first met you, you came on the show. Weren't you the Star Trek geek that went into all these chat rooms and did all these things online? What happened since then?
Well, unfortunately, I had to get a job and support my own family.
So what happened to your computer that you were able to go onto all the time?
I have it with me, but nobody in my house will let me use the phone there.
So you're not able to use your computer at home like you were when you first started calling the program. Is that that's the difference now?
Yes.
I see.
My guess is they have internet at the school.
Yeah, I was going to say. Why can't
Yeah, but you can't use any email accounts.
So you've gotten more poor financially as a family since we first met you 2-3 years ago when you were pretty damn po.
Correct.
Oh.
Wow. Looking back, it was high on the hog back then.
Yes. I didn't realize how well off he was back then.
I was at their house. That was the good days.
Yeah, the glory years.
Well, that's interesting to know.
Yeah, back then my sister wasn't mooching off the family so much.
Oh, it's your sister's fault?
Mainly.
You could probably call collect. I mean, you say you don't have the time, but you sit on hold here for 4 hours every day.
I do not sit on hold for 4 hours.
We sit on hold long enough. We take your call early. You're lucky.
Thank you for that.
All right. Now go away. What was that?
I was going to suggest maybe a three-way call.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa. He's a young boy, Terry.
No, I mean, because he can get to us.
Are you offering, Terry? We knew you'd come around to Schwagger.
No.
We knew you like him young.
Oh, my gosh.
Terry's offering a three-way. What do you say there, Schwagger?
A phone call.
Oh, jeez. Whatever she wants to call it, yes. She's offering a three-way. She threw in that verbiage, and you need to respond quickly to those times. When someone makes a suggestion like that, Schwagger, you got to be all over it. All right, goodbye.
Okay, I guess not.
Terry throwing out the mud flaps and...
Wow.
Whoa.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm suggesting, you know what I'm suggesting.
Yeah, that's what you're always suggesting, Terry. What's gotten you in trouble all through the years.
Oh, jeez.
Most guys pick up on it. Schwagger doesn't. He never will. That's what's attracted him to the program. It's obviously Pasty Dave. They relate.
The T-Man.
What's with all these newspapers and consumers?
What's going down, Robert?
I'm here. It's good.
Are you ready for us?
I'm ready for you, but are you ready for me?
Wow, I always want to say that to Paula Abdul. Good job, dude.
Are you ready for me?
Paula Abdul is still very doable today, Terry.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
Almost as doable as she was back in the late 80s, early 90s, Terry. And when I say doable, I don't mean on the T-Man scale doable, because that's not a very good rating.
Right.
I mean, she's just begging to be done, whether she knows it or not, Terry.
I'm sure.
Whether she is in on it or not, whether she likes it or not, she's just walking around begging to be done, Terry. That's how a lot of rapes get in trouble. But still, she is just screaming sex, Terry.
Yeah.
All right, maybe it's just me. Not really.
What's going down, Robert?
I'm here. It's good.
Are you ready for us?
I'm ready for you, but are you ready for me?
Oh, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
All right, go for it.
All we need is music,
Right.
sweet music.
Sure.
There'll be music everywhere. everywhere.
Yeah, that's the problem these days.
They'll be singing, swaying, and records playing.
How did Harris get on last night's American Idol?
I don't know. I
You
didn't
know who I'm
that-
talking about?
Yes, I know exactly who
The
you're
little
talking
parakeet that Eric Powers has in the studio every
about.
afternoon.
Yes, that one.
Yes.
I know who you're talking about.
He calls him Harris. How did he get on American Idol last night?
That's pretty cool. He got on there.
That's right, Eric.
All we need is music, sweet music.
Oh, geez.
There'll be music everywhere. There'll be singing.
You know Harris, Stephen, the one that makes fun of you all the time on that afternoon show.
That's correct.
The one who talks about how your jeans are too tight and basically, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, is challenging you to a fight, Stephen, because he's just showing you up and deserves to be punched in the face right here in the hallways of this building.
Yeah, he does, but you
God,
know.
I wish you would do it.
But he must realize he can get away with that because you're not the type to do that. So he just keeps knocking you on the afternoon show all the time. I don't know how you let it happen.
Well, I just don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
So that I don't hear it.
All we need is music,
Right.
sweet music. There'll be
So that's not Harris. There's someone that sounds just
Not
like him?
Harris.
I see.
sweet music.
I thought maybe Eric Powers may have convinced him to go on the show. Hey, that's hot. Give him the show. Wow.
There'll be music everywhere. There'll be singing, swaying, and records playing,
Right.
and dancing in the street. Whoa, it doesn't matter what you wear, just as long as you are there.
I'm telling you, that's Harris.
So come on, every guy, grab a girl.
Right.
Everywhere around the world, there be dancing.
That show? Wow, it's an abrupt stop.
It's an interesting stop motion there.
Excuse me?
I don't know. He looks a little like you should stop now.
Okay, this dude, you hear his voice, Terry.
Yes.
That's not the way he really sings. He just knows his best way of getting on TV, because his voice isn't quite good enough to make it to Hollywood, is to go for it in this fashion.
And just be obnoxious.
He's just a
as ever?
Harris wannabe, Terry.
Wow,
And
imagine
that is
that.
as sad as it gets.
Yes, it is.
I mean, that's not the way the guy really sings. Come on. Wow, Whitney, come on.
Well, you don't think
I
he's
don't know,
going to
he
be
looks
belting
a
out
little
some...
like you should stop now.
Well, I don't know why.
Thanks, Robert.
Okay.
Other way. It's this way.
Yeah, right where it says exit. That way.
Yes. They didn't even talk about whether he should go to Hollywood then, huh?
Well,
it
no.
wasn't even a discussion.
Not even a discussion.
Because they knew the guy was either full of it or he was a plant. And I'm telling you, the day will come out. I won't be shocked when they discover that there are plants on American Idol, whether Randy and Simon and Paula are in on it or not. I would tend to think they're not.
Right.
They don't need to know. They just go with it as it comes. But the producers of that show are sending in ringers. Again, not that they have to. There are enough people that think they're good, that suck enough on their own to make this show work. But someone like this, come on.
I'm a projectionist. I mean, come on.
They let him go, though. They didn't stop him. Sometimes they stop him right away.
Well. Yeah, well, they know when they have good TV happening.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
it's true. When they're good, they get 5 seconds. Okay, you're going to Hollywood.
That's
Bring in
right.
somebody else.
Yeah, you're boring. Get out.
So they used to spend more time on the good people last year?
No, they pretty much have gotten the learning curve down by season number 2 that this was the best that it gets when you have someone bad like this on. And that's why you see 90 or 80% of these people and all the people that make it to Hollywood, you see just snippets of them coming out of the big audition room going,
Right. Yeah, with the yellow slip.
Right, you don't even see them anymore.
Yeah, because they said there were 16 that made it. They showed 2.
You see 2, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll show you 2 good ones.
Right.
Yes. What else? What else is going on, Terry?
Have you ever heard of a woman by the name of Adriana Lima?
The model.
Yes, she's a model, a Brazilian model.
Victoria's Secret, Brazilian model. Doesn't come any better than that, Terry.
Okay, well, because according to
Why, she's here?
AskMen.com...
She's
No,
in the green room. Come on in.
Hey, I wish, I guess.
Oh, jeez.
Arriba.
Okay.
According to AskMen.com, she's the new most desirable woman.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you'd ever seen her.
Well, why do you think she's the most asked for woman on the internet, Terry? I have a lot of hours during the day.
Okay. They actually, AskMen.com came out with a list of the top 10 most desirable women.
They ask men. I am man.
They who are.
I ask for her. But fortunately, I get about 6 catalogs a day in my mailbox.
So you see you're a type.
With her in it, Terry. You can't do much better than Brazilian models.
True.
Men will vacation to Brazil on their own. Not because it's more tropical or a better climate or a better vacation spot than anywhere else in the country or the world. No. Hottest women around. Hottest women around and not the hardest to get to put out.
Wow. Really?
You go to Brazil, you go to Rio. Yes, even men are realizing the crime rates are a little scary, and you could be taken down. Worth it.
They're hot and they put out. Wow.
Yeah, Portuguese is tough to speak, though.
Yes. And this, of course, means that you have dropped, Terry, to 800,463, third place on the most wanted list for AskMen.com, Terry. You've been slipping.
Oh, well. Jeez.
Yes.
Well, you know. God.
Okay.
There's a great Brazilian website I'll share with you during the break.
Oh, my God.
Like you think I don't know it?
Do you want, like I said, the top 10? They gave the top 10 of the 99 most desirable women, but...
Don't need it, Terry.
Oh, okay.
Because all we need is music.
Music.
Right.
Sweet music.
Sure.
There'll be music everywhere.
I'm sure you'll see him on the planes to Brazil, headed down there to pick up some ladies. Do you realize how popular South America, places like Brazil and Rio and all those other fine little spots have become because men are going there because there are so many hot women down there?
I thought it was a great place to go with your girlfriend.
It is.
And stuff
It is.
like that.
No, not your girlfriend. No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that men are going to like Antarctica or going to like the North Pole and they're sacrificing a nice tropical spot to hook up. No.
Right.
There is also that undeniable great climate aspect that South America has. Don't get me wrong. But there are so many great spots to vacation, and yet the word is out on Brazil.
Carnival, right?
That hasn't hurt.
Last time my buddy went to Brazil, he came back with a full-size tattoo on his back.
Full-size back?
Fortunately, he doesn't have a full-size back there. Full-size tattoo.
Yeah, from tailbone to top of the neck.
So obviously, he got himself into a drunken state to some degree that pushed him over the edge.
And it's of Jesus.
Okay.
True story.
So in other words, he found the Lord.
In Brazil.
In Brazil.
There's a famous statue, and he got and he got the same tattoo on his back.
Well, you only do that if you have a great time.
Right.
You don't have a horrible time and then feel like you want to get a full-length back tattoo, right?
You would think.
You have to be having the time of your life.
Yes.
Wow. So groups of guys are heading down or heading to Brazil.
You want to find the guys this spring break?
Yeah.
Well, it's not high schoolers going or anything.
Well, we're talking
it's like men in their middle 20s. That are starting to get a little frustrated with women. Mm-hmm. They want to find more that are hot and ready to go.
Okay.
All we need is music.
Or at least they think they're ready to go and they're going to hook up big time. And a lot of times it's no different than your typical night at the club where you see a hot woman, you just kind of hover around her and nothing really materializes. But there's always that chance.
Oh, yeah.
And there are more per square foot in Brazil. Mm-hmm. More hot women than anywhere else on the planet. And the word is out. The news is out there. And if you haven't gotten this word, you better call your travel agent now. Book your plans in advance.
Right.
All these dudes are down there.
Wow. All these guys who told their girlfriends, well, I'm just going down for, a little mountain bike excursion or something like that. Now it's ruined.
Yeah, I'm sorry to foil your spring plans, Steve. I'm sure Amy was buying that you were such the mountain biker.
Oh, yeah.
When I go to Brazil, I'm definitely going to get a Brazilian wax first. Hey, when in Brazil?
Yes, do as the Brazilians do.
Right.
And they invented the wax. Yes.
Okay. allows the guys to go down and do some freaky things and not even have to worry about it, right? They don't have to worry about it getting back to around here.
Oh, jeez.
They're starting fresh.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sweet music. There'll be music everywhere.
I'm going to get a full-length tattoo of this guy. On my back, Terry.
It's a lot cheaper down there, I'm telling you.
He's a legend. You do good work down there?
Yeah, it's nice.
This guy's tattoo is pretty good?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh,
shockingly.
Did he just like pass out and let them do it? Or
I'm not sure. I know he
you
came
don't
back
know the
with
whole
a
story.
full-size tattoo on his back. Whole back's covered.
You would sober up by the time it was half done, I
He
would
can't
think.
take a show off in front of his parents ever.
You're on the air. Hello.
But it's Jesus.
Right, that's true. Could say Satan on there.
His parents may still be horrified, Terry. You're on the air, yes. Something tells me it's not the spitting image anyway. Is it?
It looks like the statue, if you've seen the statue. It's a very famous statue down there.
Go ahead, you're on. Hello.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, I just had a comment about the Debbie Gibson thing that you guys are talking about. About the magazine.
Yes, Terry reported a few minutes ago that she has agreed to do a full spread layout kind of deal in Playboy in the coming months.
March.
In March, she'll be there, which means it'll be out probably in a couple of days.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, my comment was that you asked Kilbreth would he, scratch and smell.
Scratch and sniff is really the term, but if you want to go for a full-out smell, we're not going to stop you, sir.
That's a little too much for me. That's prolonged, man.
Yes.
Sniff is easier.
A sniff is like this, and a smell is...
Bringing it all in.
Yeah, you're sucking all that aroma in, aren't you, sir? You only do that in Brazil.
If it had something in the magazine like lick and smell, I would lick and smell.
Oh, jeez. All right, sir. I'm glad you called in to inform us about that.
Sounds good.
You may want to take it easy today. Maybe a cold compress on the forehead and not do too much strenuous activities, all right?
Watch out for paper cuts on your tongue.
Oh, jeez. Look who's talking, Stephen.
Stephen's learned the hard way.
Yes. Obviously, he's speaking from his own troubling experiences. You're on the air.
Yes, hello?
Yes.
Yes, I'm calling in regards to the vacation.
All right. This guy was he had no accent until he just came back from Brazil about a week ago after a 2-week vacation. Yes.
From Colombia.
Yes.
Colombia.
What about Colombia?
It's one of the nicest places to visit.
All right. Didn't mean to.
In the islands.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take dollars over there, it's double the money.
Okay. Yes. It's another little
plus
aspect you got to consider, that the dollar, even though the dollar here in America has been going down compared to our other currencies, Terry, still worth a little something down there.
Yeah.
Fast cash.
Yes. Stephen knows from his fast cash. Yes.
So wait a minute. I can have her and her for the same price?
That's right.
Wow.
It's kind of what men knew about places like, well, I hate to have to mention this in your presence, Terry, the Philippines. Back,
Right.
Men have known about that for decades. That you walk with a little wad of cash in the Philippines, and you're going to be a popular guy.
Me love you long time.
All right. Wow. But no, I'm telling you, over the past 5 or some odd years, the discovery has been made that if you want to find the hottest women in the world, Brazil, places in South America, man. What the hell am I doing here?
All right.
Let's go.
Yes.
Did you book a flight already?
A friend of mine told me a couple of years, let's just go to Rio. Come on. Let's go.
Easy to pull
Everyone's
off.
getting laid down there.
Right.
They're so hot. I'm telling you, you come back with a model every time.
Just go for the weekend.
I know 6 guys that went down. They came back all with models. What's the word, Terry?
Where do the ladies go then?
Oh,
I mean, if all the guys are going to Rio, Brazil, all that.
Ladies are out.
I guess so.
No ladies allowed on these trips. These are ladies not allowed. Ladies still go to Club Med.
Okay.
Stay home and scrapbook.
Oh, is that it?
Stay home and scrapbook.
So Stephen wins the big date.
When I stay home and scrapbook and my wife goes somewhere?
Oh, jeez. You're on the air. Hello. All right, thanks for the call, sir.
He's been there.
Yeah, he must.
Yes. This guy was tying up his Brazilian model right now.
Oh, wow.
We are about to play the dollar bill game, don't you know? And when we get back, Stephen is going to tell us what numbers are very, very vitally important to use for the dollar bill game today, aren't you, Stephen?
Okay.
Yes. As a matter of fact, why wait for things you can do right now? So why don't you tell everyone what the dollar bill numbers are today and why they are so important that it be a part of today's game? Go ahead.
379.
Oh, jeez. No, I'm not doing any more 3-number deals. And why would you use 379?
The flight from Seattle to Rio.
He's
You already checked it out, Steven?
No, I'm just speculating.
Oh, it's more than that, I bet. That sounds pretty good. I think I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Find one for that. I'm out.
We'll come to work tomorrow and Hot Shot's gone.
How many albums has Debbie Gibson put out, Steven, since you're such the fan? You must know, right?
How many, like, real albums or, like,
just
our
answer
County
the
Greatest
question,
Hits and all
please.
that?
I'm begging you.
Singing, swaying, and records playing, and dancing in the street.
Whatever you're ready.
Whoa, it doesn't matter what you wear, just as long as you are there.
I'm going to say 8.
Oh, jeez. Well, there's your number today.
Just 8?
If you have a 93 in your serial number, add an 8.
Wow.
That means everyone should be playing. Then you can be today's dollar bill winner. Call now.
The T-Man.
Hotshot wants to know if he can play the dollar bill game because he thinks somewhere in his wallet he has a dollar bill with a 93 and an 8 in it, Terry. But
Well, if he gets to play, I want to play, too.
Yeah, that's not allowed.
I have a quarter with an 8 on it.
Oh, just, you're on the air. Hello. Hello?
Me?
Yes, you.
Okay, I have a dollar bill.
Oh, jeez. Well, who's this?
This is Brittany.
Brittany, how old are you?
I'm 18.
18. Yes, you are. And you have collected dollar bills to play in this game?
Well, kind of.
Oh, well, either you have or you haven't, or
Well,
you just accidentally had a dollar bill with a 93 and an 8 in it that we're looking for this morning? You didn't actually collect it for the purpose to play this game? What does kind of mean? I'm trying to understand.
Okay, well, I work in a coffee shop, and I just looked in my till, and I found a dollar.
Is that fair?
Sure.
Why not?
Let me look at my till. Brittany, where do you work? What city?
Kent.
In Kent. And you are, what, some kind of like barista deal or what?
Well, kind of.
Well, what do you call yourself if you're not a...
Well, I am, but I work at the Java Dog outside of Home Depot.
The Java Dog?
Java Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee and a hot dog.
Oh, jeez.
Only $1.50.
You're really getting Steven going this morning.
Yeah, minus the coffee.
Oh, jeez. Now, have you been doing this for some time, Brittany, or what?
Just since July.
Did you graduate high school this past spring, or what?
Oh, yeah.
So you're out of high school, you're pretty much done with school right now, or are you going to school and also doing the coffee thing?
Well, I'll go to school in April.
You'll go back to school in April.
Yeah.
But you took a nice, solid year off.
Yeah.
You need a little buffer time between high school and Green River College.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not quite ready to jump into that right now.
Who wouldn't? Now, are you with anyone as far as a boyfriend or anyone serious, Brittany, or is it pretty much you and your customers?
I have a boyfriend.
You have a boyfriend?
Yes.
How's that working out for you?
Good.
What does he do for you?
What?
What does he do for you to make you feel happy and committed to him?
I don't know.
You have no idea. Because it's not a thing that he does for you. Not physically, mentally, any way, shape, or form. You can't point your finger to one thing that he does that makes you feel good. Does he give you a Java Dog or what?
No, I'm the one that gives out the Java Dog.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a pretty modern relationship there you got going. So how long have you and him been you and him?
Since April, so like 8 or 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
9 or 10 months, I don't know.
So we're closing in on 1 year for you and Dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is getting serious, Brittany. How old is he?
20.
He's an older man. Now, is he faithful to you, do you believe, Brittany?
Of course.
While you're Java dogging it right now, what might he be doing? What do you anticipate if you could visualize his current posture? Is he sleeping? Is he alone? Is he with 6 women? What do you think he's doing right now?
Well,
is he at work?
He's working.
He's working right now.
Yeah.
He's a Java dogette down the street or what?
Oh, God.
What does he do?
He works at UPS.
Ah, he's a man in brown, huh?
Making deliveries.
He's making deliveries to many a lonely, desperate housewife.
Whoa. Watch out.
Actually, he doesn't make the deliveries.
He packs.
Loads the truck.
He loads the truck. I remember a lot of dudes in my neighborhood back in the day loading the truck and talking about that it was a pretty high-paying job for someone.
Yeah.
I remember it, too.
For someone at the age we were, like 17, 18, 19.
Absolutely.
2 for the truck, 1 for me.
Oh, jeez. That's how you would play it, Steven?
Wow, Steven.
It's good money if you don't mind lifting things.
Right.
So, like working.
Has that built up his body there, Brittany, to the point where you're pretty, like, into his physique, or does it do nothing for his muscularity?
Oh, he has a great body.
He has a great body! Great body! Yeah. Lifting all those holiday packages.
Oh, yeah.
Safe to say I'll die never hearing it.
Now, is that important because you're tough to lift, Brittany, or are you very easy to...
God, no.
No, you're light as a feather.
Not light as a feather, but I'm not a heifer or anything.
Wow. All right, and Terry thought you were talking about her for a second there. Jeez. And what do you... well, let's just be pretty clear about this. What do you weigh, Brittany? How tall are you, and what do you weigh?
I'm 5'3.5", and I weigh 113.
Oh, jeez.
She's pretty light as a feather.
Is there a big lineup now for those dogs or what?
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. And you're very serious, so if any customer, let's say some good-looking dude drives up... What am I driving? In a... Well, just some random good-looking dude, and... in a car later today, drives up and asks for your number. You tell him, no. Oh, I don't think so. I have my UPS guy, and that's all I need. Or are you still open to be handed a number or two? What's the situation there? You're 18.
I don't give out my number or take any numbers, but I'm not...
All right, let's say he wanted to ask you out. Let's say he wanted to meet you, or just meet you casually in, like, some club. What club do the 18... What's the new DVA called? What's the deal there? Just switched over. Let me ask Vinny the Pooh. Hey, the Pooh!
Yeah.
What's the new DVA called?
It's called 131.
Right, I knew it,
There you go.
Isn't Bobby O back there now? Oh,
Pacey Dave, I think, is... on Saturdays doing it.
I think so.
Hey, come on in, kids.
Yeah, Pacey Dave has a serious flu going this week.
I know.
He probably gave it to everyone at 131. Anyhow, let's say he wants to meet you there this weekend. Do you do that or no? Some guy that does it for you as far as what your type is. Some guy drives up to the old Java Dog and says he's going to be there this weekend and he wants to see you there. Are you going to show up or no?
Yeah.
What?
No.
That didn't sound like a definitive
Yeah,
no,
it wasn't
Terry.
like, no way, because my boyfriend and I live
It was,
there.
nah, yeah.
Maybe.
Nah, baby. I don't know, Brittany.
Do you get a lot of looks and, flirted with quite a bit?
Yeah. I don't know.
That place seems pretty dead to me right now, Brittany.
It is pretty dead.
Yeah.
Home Depot.
Not many people buying in walking toilets right now.
Or
oh,
sinks.
it's in Home Depot?
Yeah.
Well, it's right outside.
Right outside of it.
All right, whatever. Brittany, you looked through the till and you found $1. Is that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Old Lady Gladys's dollar from just a few minutes ago, Terry. She could have won the dollar bill game, little did she know.
Right.
But now Brittany thinks that's her dollar, when really it's not her dollar.
It's the dog
It's
dollar?
the company's dollar.
I traded $1.
Oh, right. And you didn't have $1 on you, don't lie. And she's going to win this dollar bill game with some dollar that doesn't even belong to her, Terry.
Wow.
And that's the American way, isn't it? Oh.
Of course.
Okay, so why don't you read off the serial number, that there dollar there, Brittany? What do you got?
B33893149E.
Oh, you're going to be a big hit at Green River. Anyhow, Brittany, it sounds like you've won this game.
Yay, Rita!
Do you know, please don't rip anymore. It's making me sick. And do you know what that means, Brittany? Brittany.
What?
Oh, jeez. Now she's finding more dollars to take out of there. Brittany, do you know that means that there's a very strong chance, not really, that you could be rolling up to Green River in April in your brand new Hyundai 2005 and $93,000? If you win $93,000 in cash, are you still going to Green River Community or no?
Oh, yes.
Well, that's a good answer. Good answer.
Not truthful, but a good answer.
Mm-hmm. It's the right move, Brittany.
Thank you, thank you.
You're a winner.
Cool.
How does that make you feel?
Oh, I feel great.
Do you just want to scream and startle all of Home Depot right now, or what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, she's all giggly.
She is.
Oh.
Congrats.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you.
Hang on, Brittany.
Okay.
When are you going to see your boyfriend next?
What?
When are you going to see your boyfriend next?
Probably around 3.
Really? You got plans to see him at 3 today when you get off work?
Yeah.
You're going to get off at 3, huh?
Yeah.
That's a long day.
I know.
He's going to find out what Brown can do for her.
Mm-hmm. He wants to find out what Brown can do for him. Anyhow, Brittany.
Yeah.
What are you going to do at 3 when you get together with Mr. Boy?
I don't know.
You got to have some plans, don't you?
Well, I'm going to take a shower because I feel like I'm a dog.
All right, you're going to smell like Java Dog, so you're going to take a shower.
No, don't take a shower.
Are you going to take a shower? I asked you what you're going to do when you see him. Are you implying you're going to take a shower with him or no? Because I would think that, I don't know if you're ready for that, Brittany. Are you showering with him at this point in your life?
With our bathing suits.
With your bathing suits on. You get in the shower and you shower together.
Yeah.
Oh, Brittany. All right, well, I'm asking you. You tell me, when you're done with your showering or whatever you got to do to get ready, when you actually see your boyfriend, what are you guys going to do?
I don't know. We don't have any plans, really.
You know what happens? To boyfriend and girlfriends who get together that don't have any plans, Terry.
What's that?
They have sex!
Oh, come on, really?
So, Brittany, I don't know if you want to clear this up or not, but what you're implying by saying you have no plans and you're getting together at 3 with your boyfriend is you're letting everyone out there believe that you and him are going to get together for some afternoon sex.
Dirty, dirty, dirty.
Oh, jeez. So do you want to tell us about some plans that you may or may not have, that you may or may not do, or do you just want to leave it like that?
We're going to go out to dinner and to a movie.
Oh.
Where are you going to go? We're going to do anything but have
Yeah,
sex.
I know, huh?
But he's never taken you out to dinner or a movie in the 9 months you've been together now, Brittany.
You've never have?
Well, has he, or?
Of course.
He does that all the time.
Does it all the time.
He spends a lot of his hard-earned salary. Why don't I believe her, Terry? He spends a lot of her...
You don't believe it?
Well, I'm just seeing if I understand you correctly. Let's see if this all makes sense to us. He spends a lot of the hard-earned salary that he slaves his ass over every day to get, and he splurges on dinners and movies on a regular basis for Brittany, the girlfriend. Well, I'm asking you, does that sound about right? Even that you're laughing because that sounds ridiculous to you, huh?
No, I think it's funny.
Is that the way it is?
Yeah, kind of.
All right, name 5 restaurants he's taken you to over the past couple of months.
Okay, the Spaghetti Factory. That's my favorite.
Really splurging. Okay.
Shut up.
Yes.
Where did we go the other day? Oh, well, we don't, go out to dinner.
Just a second ago, you were going out to dinner tonight.
McDonald's.
McDonald's, the Spaghetti Factory.
Oh, you still want me to list them?
Yes, please. I'm waiting. It's a 4-hour show, and I'll wait as long as it takes. Brittany.
What?
Doesn't sound like he's taking you out to many dinners.
I promise he has.
It still sounds like to us that you have no plans for later today, and again, it's not hard to figure out what that means.
We're going to watch Dr. Phil.
Oh, jeez.
They're going to watch that.
You know what that's code for, Terry.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, I don't want to break it down for you.
Okay.
Brittany, have your parents met this guy? Are you close with your parents? You have a mom? You have a dad? Is that happening with you or no?
Yeah.
And how do they feel about the man in brown?
They like him.
They like him? You live with your parents?
Yeah.
And when you get together later today, is it going to be at your parents' house?
No.
It's going to be at his house, his place. Yeah. Where does he live? In an apartment with his parents or what?
In an apartment.
He lives by himself in an apartment. Oh. So instead of watching Dr. Phil in your home, I'm assuming Dr. Phil does the same kind of show in your house that he does in his apartment, right?
Yeah.
And yet, you're choosing to watch Dr. Phil in his apartment. Now, why should this be, Brittany?
Because we don't have my mom bothering us.
So you need your Dr. Phil privacy, do you?
Wow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Keep this up. You're going to be a guest one day.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Brittany?
Yeah?
Are you going to get physical with this dude today?
What?
Are you and him going to be going after it later today, yes or no?
No.
You're not going to touch each other?
Do you want the key or not?
I know.
I'm just asking you. I want to know the truth. If you want to talk about it, Brittany. Would you rather not talk about this?
Kind of.
Why? Is it embarrassing to you?
Not embarrassing, but I don't know.
But you'd rather end the discussion right now?
Kind of.
Huh?
Kind of.
All right. Well, we can't just do that, Brittany.
Do you bring a change of clothes with you?
Jeez.
Well, because
I really slow the hell out of mine when I go on dates.
No, the reason why is because
little by little you find out more about Terry Free's life.
She says she's going to take a shower and
Thanks for the dinner. Oh, I got to put a change of clothes on.
No, she says she's going to take a shower. What's she going to do? Put her Java Dog stuff back on?
Were you saying you're going to take your shower in his joint, Brittany, or what? Brittany?
Screw the car.
Yeah, never mind.
I'll take the bus. Leave me alone. It's a lot of work for a key.
Yeah, it is.
I think Brittany's not there anymore. Brittany?
Yeah?
Oh, there you are. What happened to you?
Nothing.
You all right?
Yeah.
Had to sell a dog.
She was shoving 20s down in her pocket.
Now, Brittany.
Yeah.
When you said you're going to take a shower later today, did you mean you're going to take a shower at your place, his place, or you'd rather not say?
My house.
At your house.
Oh, okay.
Or one of the samplers at Home Depot.
Terry wants to advise that you always brought a change of clothing over to any guy's house that you went to visit.
Because you never know, right?
Yes. But I wouldn't advise that, Brittany. That could only lead to trouble. That could only lead to becoming a Terry... Oh, geez, never mind. Anyhow, hang on, Brittany. You're a winner, all right?
Okay.
All right. Yeah. It's like pulling teeth with her.
Oh, she's a shy little girl. You know.
Yes.
Young lady.
Get her in front of Dr. Phil and watch her go wild.
Hot dog does sound kind of good, though.
Oh, my God.
They have great smoothies at those places.
The T-Man.
I don't know, officer. I can't find him.
Disturbing charges tonight against a local teacher.
Investigators say he's accused of raping a 14-year-old student. Well, Amy, we are told...
Unbelievable. We had gone a few months without any teacher scandals here in the great old state of Washington. Well, that came to an abrupt end, huh?
Yep.
Now that we hear about this dude, what's his name? Dirt Dog Magoo, who's teaching class down there in Spanaway somewhere. Is that the place?
Yep.
And this could be one of the biggest shocking scandals of them all.
Yep.
Well, it's just mere allegations at this point, but we'll be on top of it, trust me.
Well, Amy, we are told that friends of the 14-year-old girl actually told authorities about these alleged encounters between 35-year-old teacher, Bethel Junior High School teacher Chad Mon and the girl, and they are spelled out in these court documents as very explicit sexual encounters that took place over 6 days.
You know, I didn't think he would ever do that to anybody.
And police say on 3 separate occasions, teacher Chad Mon engaged in sexual encounters with a 14-year-old student, each time on school grounds and in his classroom.
Yeah, that's what they're saying makes this scandal even beyond your typical one that has happened in between your Mary Letourneau and this one, Terry. There's been many teacher scandal. You would think that with all the negative publicity that teachers have gotten over the course of the past decade, that it would slow the incidents down. Not quite.
Right.
And you would think the last place they would want to do it would be right there in the classroom.
Yeah.
Guess not.
Gosh.
Because this story involves a teacher that allegedly has had sex or has raped in a statutory fashion a 14-year-old girl right there in the classroom, right by the globe, Terry.
Wow.
Right by all the school paraphernalia he had on his desk. Amongst other things. Yes, thank you, Steve.
Chalk. They use that a lot.
Chalk, yes.
And police say on 3 separate occasions, teacher Chad Mon engaged in sexual encounters with a 14-year-old student, each time on school grounds and in his classroom.
Oh, jeez.
In a classroom? It's disgusting.
Oh, jeez.
Court documents say the first encounter happened January 14th when, quote...
So it's relatively recent, all this stuff. This isn't like going back months.
No.
We're going back like a week or two. January 14th was the first encounter.
When, quote, the student was alone in his classroom and the defendant grabbed her.
Oh, jeez.
We believe this was an intentional relationship by the school teacher, and there were some very explicit sex acts that took place.
Oh, jeez.
Documents say, quote, the student told authorities...
The police spokesman can't even get it out, Terry.
Sex acts that took place.
Documents say, quote, the student told authorities she gave her panties and described them as red lacy panties.
Well, no.
The defendant denied knowing anything about any red panties.
The panties?
School personnel found a pair of red lacy panties in the defendant's personal cupboard behind his desk.
Oh, those panties!
Wow.
Oh, wait, no, those aren't panties. That's just some exotic Kleenex I keep back there. Here, watch. I'll blow my nose to prove it. Oh, jeez. All right, I'm pretty much dead to rights. Yeah, arrest me now.
Oh, my goodness.
So she, the 14-year-old girl, described a pair of red lacy panties. Let me see if I understand this correct. And those particular panties were found right there in his classroom.
Yeah, in his
a
personal
dead ringer for the one she that described.
Right.
What do you know?
I think somebody here might be in a little bit of trouble.
Just a tad.
School personnel found a pair of...
Now, Terry, it looks like you're in pain over this story. I see your body language. I see your posture, your expression. This is bothering you. You have a 14-year-old son, don't you?
I do. In junior high, yeah.
Your son turned 14 in December.
Yes.
We're talking about a 14-year-old girl here.
I know. And
you're with a son. If you, I can imagine if you had a daughter, your posture and your expression would be even more grave than it is right now.
Right.
But he's at the age.
He is.
Where sex scandals are happening.
Yeah. Well, and it's amazing because I think that also, too, the girls, they mature so much quicker these days. And
so you're checking out the girls that are in his classes these days?
Yeah, it's kind of scary, quite honestly, because, I mean...
Makes you want to grab them yourself.
No, it's just, you sit there and go... You're amazed that they're growing up so fast and that they've developed so quickly.
So you think it's a difference from when you were 14?
Absolutely.
Oh, come on. You just obviously weren't able to take a true gauge on maybe how you looked at 14, Terry. You were an early Filipino bloomer. Come on.
I don't know. I don't recall.
Are you talking about the attire?
I think fashion, plays a huge part.
Were you wearing makeup at 14, Terry?
No, I was not.
You're not wearing makeup today. How could you be wearing it at 14?
I did not wear makeup. I didn't wear makeup until like 16,
So you think
17.
this is all part of the reason that teachers are grabbing students?
It could be. I don't know.
I don't think, despite what a 14-year-old girl might be wearing or not wearing, the teacher should really grab at them regardless.
Right, absolutely.
Okay.
But
you're scared just to have a 14-year-old boy.
Right.
As a parent.
Yeah.
Because of all those girls he can't call.
School personnel found a pair of red lacy panties in the defendant's personal cupboard behind his desk.
I have him in one of my classes, and he's...
got to point out that's a personal cupboard of his behind his desk. No, that cupboard belongs to the janitor.
Right, yeah.
I let him keep a little drawer here in my classroom. Of course it's his personal cupboard.
Personal cupboard behind his desk.
I have him in one of my classes, and he's one of my most favorite teachers.
Whenever we hear of things like this, they're serious allegations, and so we take immediate action to make sure that kids stay safe.
Mm-hmm.
And that teacher tonight is on paid administrative leave, and he is expected in court tomorrow.
We'll have to follow that one.
Yeah, very interesting.
And apparently another news station, where's that other report? Someone points out that there could be a love letter involved here that they're going to use as evidence.
Evidence also includes a sexually explicit letter the girl wrote to her teacher.
And I hope that it's not true. It's my son's favorite teacher.
It's everyone's favorite teacher, apparently. It always is. It's always the ones. It's always the ones that relate well with your kids because they act like they're 14 and 15, and they think they are.
Right.
And that allows them perhaps to have the mindset to grab at a 14-year-old girl. So maybe you should be a bit more leery about your son's favorite teacher. They're getting along a little too well with your kid. Because in their mind, they're 14, they're 15. And that spells trouble.
Trouble.
Thank you, Steve. Thanks so much.
Struggled your way through that, it sounded like.
He needed it on the chalkboard, apparently.
Right. I think it's sad that these are just allegations, yet his name is released. You know, I mean, it hasn't been proven yet. Why is his name released?
Yeah, if it turns out that it is not true for whatever reason, although the red panties pretty much make the case a little difficult for this dude. Yeah, it is kind of interesting how they'll just take down a man's whole career and profession before they really have put all the pieces of the puzzle together. So they better be pretty damn sure.
One of his teacher buddies put the panties in there as a joke.
Because let's say, for some crazy reason or whatever reason, this guy turns out to be completely innocent, has done nothing wrong. Regardless, his career is now tainted to such a degree, he'll never recover.
Right. It's true.
Yeah, people will be pulling him out of his class.
But
their kids out.
You've yet to find the teacher that's been accused of this kind of thing that turned out to be completely innocent, unless it's on a Lifetime TV movie. Because I think I just watched one over the weekend.
Did you?
That's right.
Where they were falsely accused?
Yes, falsely accused. That's
And
never
their
really
whole
happened in real life. But the girl from Saved by the Bell, who's the one that can't act that was the star of Showgirls?
Elizabeth Berkley.
Elizabeth Berkley.
Boy, that narrows it down, huh?
Yeah. She was the star of some Lifetime. I'm sitting there watching a Lifetime television movie because Elizabeth Berkley's on it. She kind of does it for me.
Wow.
Yes. Even though she looks like she's kind of balding these days.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. She looks like she's losing her hair a little bit.
Oh.
And she was still doing it for me.
Wow.
What's a bald spot here, a bald spot there? She still has a body.
Wow.
That's what I was saying to myself.
But she was a teacher?
She was a teacher. She had been assaulted by one of her students about 14, 15 years of age, and then the student went on to claim that they were having a relationship, which got her in all kinds of trouble, but it had a nice big happy ending, which I didn't get to because I was done by then.
Oh, okay.
But that's the only time that I can recall a teacher turning out to be clear of the charges that were levied against them, Terry.
You're like, this movie's not realistic. I'm turning it.
Right.
Sucks.
Well, how disappointed were you when you realized it wasn't Showgirls?
I was like, I didn't want her pushing the dude away.
Yeah, right.
But she was pushing him away, and then he attacked her.
Oh, wow.
Let's go to the phone and see what's going on out there. Yet another teacher scandal, ladies and gentlemen, has rocked this great state of ours right to the core. Is that dramatic enough, Stephen?
What was?
Well, we shouldn't underscore how ridiculous this is.
It is. Crazy.
14.
I know.
Man. There aren't any hot 16-year-olds in your school?
Oh, easy.
Oh, it's still wrong, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this guy married?
We probably haven't found that out yet.
We're going to be finding out a lot of details about this guy, apparently, over the next few days when he appears in court. 3 different occasions he's being accused of having sexual contact. Does that mean, like, what? Does that mean could he have bent this 14-year-old, like, over a desk or something?
Well, I think the charges are rape. I mean, rape.
Yeah.
Well, rape can mean a lot of different things. Rape doesn't mean intercourse, necessarily. Standard intercourse doesn't mean rape can involve just his fingers.
Well, they said rape and fondling, so I'm assuming they had intercourse.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that, too, if you don't mind. Oh, dear.
Oh, boy.
Is that cool? Can I understand that?
And that's obviously a big situation here. And then the fact that it happened right there in the classroom on 3 occasions in like a span of a week makes it even more dirty and nasty.
Yeah.
Well, we used to give our teachers apples. Come a long way.
This guy wanted to take it to the next level. You had that woman in Florida and Washington State battling it out with their teacher scandals. And right now, Florida just is now one rung behind. We have just taken the upper hand again, thankfully.
But on the AP, the teachers in Florida are meeting to figure out how to get back on top.
It's so damn sad.
Right. It is, actually.
At the corners of our country, Florida and Washington are really the only ones that seem to have these teacher scandals.
Yeah.
But the Florida lady took at least dude, didn't he? Well, there's been so many I get confused. Wasn't there a teacher that had the decency to take her underage student to a hotel?
Well, she made the cousin drive around in the car.
The cousin was driving around.
Yeah, that's the latest one. I'm talking about one before that. Anyway, all right. You're on the air.
So many, like you said, they just run together.
There is one that she took him to a hotel, right, Steve?
Yeah. How you guys doing this morning?
At least they supposedly have clean towels then and stuff like that. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Little mints.
Yeah, I agree with Terry. I mean, first of all, the guy should know he's teaching junior high, but man, these little girls are walking around here. I mean, it goes all back to the parents, man, because you're letting your little girls watch this, wear this, do that, hang out with the wrong crowd, and they're going out, and they think it's cool to be trying to turn on these guys.
But you can imagine as a parent of a 14-year-old girl that if you don't allow your daughter to dress like all the other daughters out there, that you're going to be a parent that isn't very popular with her own child. And you don't want to think, you shouldn't have to think that because your daughter is dressing like the typical 14-year-old these days, that puts her in position to be grabbed by a teacher.
Right, exactly. But, I mean, you also...
Don't make it like she was asking for trouble because she was dressed like a typical 14-year-old. She could be dressed like...
I'm not saying she was asking for trouble. I mean, because he's a teacher. He's 35 years old.
Right, he should know better. Absolutely. But you're just saying in general, like the styles and fashions that's out there for the young ladies to wear.
Well, not only that,
it's a little too old, I think. I mean,
just some of the things that these kids watch on TV or some of the things that, they have access to on the Internet. You know what I mean? That also has a lot to do with it.
She could be dressed like Kira Kenner in Tail Gunners 9, Terry, and still that doesn't mean she should be grabbed by a teacher, obviously.
Absolutely.
All right.
No, we agree on that.
So let's not turn this discussion into, well, the 14-year-old's got to stop dressing like that so the teacher stop grabbing him.
Yeah, we heard the same thing about the parachute pants and the eyes-on shirt.
Yes.
I was hot.
But it means the kids are growing up quicker and they're getting the mindset quicker that it's okay to do that.
If Mrs. Curdo didn't grab me in my parachute pants, then obviously teachers have the ability to show restraint.
That's right.
Because my white ass looked pretty damn hot in those parachute pants.
My skin-tight acid-wash jeans. How could you resist?
Skin tight. Wow. Hope you were skinnier back then.
Mm-hmm. You're on the air. Good morning.
Those aren't still in?
Hello. Anyone there?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think that that little girl and her little buddy put those panties in his drawer.
So you think they're framing the teacher?
Yeah.
You think he was set up?
Yeah, there's no way that they do that in school like that.
It's too convenient that she described her red lacy panties, then all of a sudden, magically, they showed up so in a timely fashion in his little cupboard there?
Yeah, why would he keep them in the cupboard?
So, getting into the mind of the rapist teacher as you are, you wouldn't think that he would want to keep the evidence lying around.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Take it home and play with himself.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
This man is very easily able to sink himself into the mind of the statutory rapist teacher, and he would take those panties home and be enjoying them in his own private environment there. An interesting point.
It is, but yet they talk about how it didn't bother him to have sex at school.
Okay. There was something innocent as I
said it didn't bother him to have sex with her at school. So why would
he's saying
raped her at school?
Well, this guy is saying he never raped her.
The whole thing is
just a setup. Yeah, we're clearing it up for the Terry impaired. Anyhow, you're on the air. Hello.
Hey, T-Man.
Yes.
Well, I was going to tell you, I was calling in on you were talking about rape versus penetration. When it involves a child, if she's 14 to 16, he'd have to be over 5 years older than her, and there would have to be some sort of penetration for it to be rape.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to involve his penis per se.
Misconduct.
Right. It doesn't. It could be rape. I saw a man on trial for rape that it never involved his penis at all. It was just finger penetration against the woman's will. It wasn't even a woman under 18. It was a woman over 18. And yet this man was on trial. It was a baseball player for the Philadelphia Phillies. Actually, he played for the Mariners at one point. Jose Mesa was on trial for while a woman was in his car. He put his fingers in her situation when she didn't want him there, and he was on trial for rape for that.
Correct.
Good old Joe Table?
And with a child, though, under 16, it could be consensual on her part. If he's older than 5 years, it's still going to be rape.
Regardless. Well, we all know that. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether she says yes, and pretty much the way they're describing the story, it doesn't seem like 3 times during 1 week she was being held against her will. No, it seemed like it was a consensual situation, but the 14-year-old obviously is not old enough to make judgments that are deemed appropriate. Hence, another statutory rape situation with yet another King County? No, Pierce County. Pierce County teacher. Pierce County has now taken the upper hand against King County.
All right. Good job.
Out of control.
Well, they got the teachers and the meth labs.
I know.
It's good to be Pierce County.
Yes, Pierce County has a lot of mantle little decorations to stick up there, huh?
And their trophy case is overflowing.
Some redeeming qualities about them.
You're on the air. Hello.
Hey, I was making a comment about Arizona. Had a teacher scandal like years ago.
Okay. Hey, don't forget us in Arizona.
Yeah, that's right.
We're cool, too.
Okay.
Yeah, but their age of consent's like 16 or 14, so it's deemed legal. They can actually have sex with their students.
Oh, well, that's good to
in
know.
Arizona.
All right, so
all the teachers are flocking down.
And I'm sure a lot of students are as well. There you go.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't remember many Arizona scandals lately, and I don't think if you look into the letter of the law that you can legally rape your 14-year-old students there in Arizona. It just seems to be like a teeter-tottering battle with teacher scandals between Florida and Washington State. Mary Letourneau got the ball rolling, and you would think at some point the momentum would slow down, but no! The snowball effect continues. I mean, if this guy did what he's accused of doing, having sex with a 14-year-old girl in his classroom, how long was he expecting to be out there and not have it be uncovered? Are you just writing your career and pretty much freedom death certificate right there?
Yep.
Can you, in your right mind, expect, given all the scrutiny and all the well-chronicled stories that have happened over the past number of years, can you really expect to be getting away with this?
Yeah, 40 years from now, telling his buddies, oh, yeah, I had sex with a student. It was great.
And no one found out.
Right, sure.
I did it right in the height of all those sex scandals, and no one knew.
Right.
I mean, this guy didn't even make it a couple of weeks. You can't even make it a couple of weeks these days.
Maybe he doesn't care about his career. He's reached the pinnacle.
He didn't care about his career. He wanted her so bad. She was so damn hot, such a good, hot 14-year-old that he just was willing to throw everything right up for grabs.
That's all he wanted, yeah.
Well, then she told a friend.
Oh, jeez. It's not even a shampoo commercial. She doesn't have to tell two friends and so on and so on. Anyway, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, turn your radio down.
Hello?
Turn your radio down. Yes, hi.
It's down. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Well, I just can't help to believe that she is setting him up. Being that I can recall being in high school and having girls having crushes on their teachers and it turning into more than just a crush, more of them really liking their teacher and it becoming scandalous.
Yeah, I don't think that this is something new over the past decade. It's just something that they're very quick to attack and uncover and expose on newscasts and stuff like that. Don't think that when you went to school, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, I'm 34. I think when I went to school, teachers were having sex with students.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't.
I mean, I'm not ruling that out. I just say that I don't know. For some reason, I believe that she is playing a game, her and her friends, as far as the letter that they found, this explicit letter that she wrote.
Well, they better have more evidence than the panty situation, even though we love the panty evidence. But they better have more than that, because there is a way to try to argue for the defense against that. Like the caller just proposed, one could say he was set up, that those panties were planted and stuff like that. So I'm assuming they have a little bit more than that. We'll have to wait and see what they have.
Yeah.
But you don't think he was set up?
I do.
Oh, you do think he was set up?
I do think so, yeah. I think that her and her friends are playing a game. Or I believe that it's more than just a game now, obviously, but I believe that that's how it kind of started. She probably has a crush on him.
So what if she did? And what if the crush led to him acting on the realization that she had a crush on him and they had sex? Why is it so hard for you to believe?
I just don't.
It's amazing how, when it comes to rape, when it comes to allegations, women, more likely than men, are quicker to come to the defense of the man in question. You're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, I was just saying, my husband and I were watching the news last night, and both of us thought how it was too convenient that they find her panties and a letter in his personal cabinet at school. Who's to say she didn't put it there?
So here's yet another caller already arguing for the defense that the girl is lying and the man has been set up.
Well, why not? Didn't you ever see the movie The Crush?
I'm not saying either way. I want to hear more about it. I'm not going to be like those that I'm hearing now out there jumping to one side so quickly. I'm not condemning this man yet. That's why he's on paid administrative leave. A lot of people will be asking, why is he getting paid? He's getting paid because there is a potential that the man is being set up. But let's wait and see. Jeez. That 14-year-old bitch is lying.
Wow. We want one-day trials. That's it.
You're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. All right, you're on the air. Anyone there?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this guy's guilty. Even if he is innocent, once it gets in court and there's a 14-year-old girl talking about whatever she did with him, how is he going to claim his innocence? Everybody already sees the guy is guilty and he's on paid administrative leave. This guy doesn't stand a chance against her, whether she set him up or not.
Well, we will see. And I'm sure the evidence, if it's an allegation that is not a false allegation, there'll be more evidence that just a pair of panties lying in his cupboard.
And if a 14-year-old is making up a story, they usually can see through that pretty good, the cops. Most 14-year-olds aren't masterminds of coming up with stories.
And the police moved in pretty damn quick and they took this guy out of the school, and the school put out a memo to all the parents pretty quick for them just to have evidence that could have easily been planted. There may be more. We will see. And we will follow.
We'll have our people on it.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Our people are headed down there right now. You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
T-Man?
Yes.
Okay, I was calling to say that I honestly think that the girl's making up this whole entire thing. Because, like, when I was 14...
We don't need a trial. We don't need any further investigation. The listeners have it all figured out.
But if there is a trial, make sure the jury's all women.
Oh, jeez.
If you're him.
Right.
Yes, when you were 14, what?
When I was 14, okay, my parents would never even allow me to even look at red panties and all that kind of stuff. I never even had any. I mean, granted, I went to a Catholic school, but at the same time, you know, I never even knew about that kind of stuff.
So because she was the 14-year-old girl who wore red lacy panties, there's no possibility of any teacher being able to rape her in your mind.
I think she got mad because the teacher rejected her. And she had a big crush on him and stuff like that. And that was the whole entire reason why.
So she masterminded a plot against him at 14 because she was turned down. Her advances towards him were turned down, that she decided to ruin his life and career.
I think
at 14.
I think that she took it personally when he rejected her. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm serious.
You can't say that word on the air.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I think that maybe she thinks she's hot.
Some would say that women that use language like you are always never allowed to accuse men of rape because they're asking for it.
Good to see the Catholic school paid off for you. Potty mouth.
Oh my gosh! No, I honestly think that she's just making it up. Just because I mean, like when I was younger, I had a crush on my teachers with that, but you know, I would never sit there and try anything and all that kind of stuff. And
they were priests.
Huh? Because he's a priest.
And they were too busy and they were too interested in the 7-year-old boys.
Right.
All right.
Exactly.
Too much competition for you. You're on the air. Hello.
I didn't stand a chance as a girl.
Right. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Well, my daughter goes to that school that the teacher was
right.
There. And the thing is that if you're going to have the cupboard for the teacher, that's supposed to be their personal cupboard, it's supposed to be locked. Usually the teachers have it locked.
All right, and your point is what?
Well,
that she couldn't plant evidence if the cupboard was locked?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If it's locked, how's she going to get the key?
Well, I'm sure there's been a teacher. I'd like to argue both sides and play devil's advocate here. I'm sure there's been a teacher or two that didn't lock his cupboard or her cupboard every day, every time that he may have opened or closed it, he locked it upon its reclosing.
Uh-huh.
All right? So, I mean, you can argue both sides here, but why don't we just hang out a little bit?
It's just hot off the presses and everybody's
Let's chill. No, hang him now, T-Man.
Jeez.
Expel her! She's a lying, red panty-wearing bitch! How about we just wait a second, huh? I'm as anxious as anyone, trust me, to find out the details. We'll be there as they come out. In the meantime, all we have is there's potentially a case of a teacher bending another student over a desk and having sex with her for a good solid week.
Which is fine for me for now.
That's right.
It's good enough.
We'll just chill on that for a while.
The T-Man.
Since my son likes his clothes fat.
Yes, but it may be the end of your career, sir. Okay. Anyhow, Terry, on one of these phone lines, I know you have a pile of stuff over there. I know you're anxiously awaiting to get to some of it, but I just want to make you aware that, well, you remember the girl we talked about an hour ago named Britney who said she's going over her boyfriend's house later today or his apartment to watch Dr. Phil?
Yes, I do recall her.
He has called up to say if she thinks she's just watching Dr. Phil, she can forget it.
Whoa.
She's having sex with me. She knows it, and I know it.
Wow.
All right, I could put him on.
Oh, all right.
Or we could get to your stuff, whichever you prefer. I'll let you choose.
Well, how about my stuff?
You're on the air. Hello.
Oh, jeez.
This is Brittany's boyfriend?
Yeah.
And you're very close. You've been going out for what, about a good 8-9 months now?
Yeah, it's been a while.
So she was kind of dancing around the reality of your relationship. She knows, and you know, and she knows, you know, and you know, she knows that you two will be going after it later today, and she just didn't want to be point blank about it. Is that pretty much what you're saying, or no?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. So why was she so cutesy? Why couldn't she just come out and say what the reality is? Was she embarrassed?
Well, she's really shy. She's nervous.
But she's not shy around you.
Not at all.
Because you're the big stud 20-year-old UPS driver.
Oh, big stud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So you called in to make sure the record was set straight for anyone that you know out there that may be listening.
Yeah.
Why is that important to you, that it must be clear, T-Man, that we will be having sex later today? Why is that so important to you?
I don't know why it's so important. I just think it's funny.
You think it's funny that she was dancing around the subject even though it was pretty obvious, even though she wouldn't come out and say it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you're lying. There's a lot of talk about liars and misunderstandings and setups and phonies and fakes and all that stuff today.
No, why would
How do we
I
know
lie?
what you're saying is true?
Why would I lie?
Maybe you haven't had sex with this woman yet, and you're just telling all your friends you have.
No, I can guarantee you that we have.
Oh, you can guarantee? Why didn't you say so? I didn't realize you could make it a guarantee.
Pink panties in the cupboard.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
They were red, Stephen, but if you're
red.
pink, that's fine. How can you go about this guarantee?
Well, I really shouldn't say because she's probably listening right now. She'll get mad at me.
Well, let's call her and see if
she's mad at you already, by the way.
I know she's probably mad at
But
me
you have a
already.
way to guarantee us that we would listen to it and be like, oh, well, we can't argue that. Right? You have some way of guaranteeing it for us?
Well, yeah, go ahead and give her a call.
All right, maybe I will.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't want to talk about it. Maybe she doesn't know you. Maybe you're not even her boyfriend for all we know.
Ooh.
No, she knows. She just called me a minute ago.
All right, hang on. Let's call her.
There was obviously a reason she didn't want to talk about it.
Maybe she's embarrassed to have sex with this guy. A lot of girls have sex with a guy that they're embarrassed to have sex with, right? Mm-hmm. Is she embarrassed to have sex with you, dude?
No, not at all.
Are you embarrassing to have sex with?
No.
Are you sure about that?
Would you know if you were?
Yeah.
Hello?
Brittany.
Yes.
Obviously, you're listening. Do you want to talk about this on the air, what your boyfriend has come on to talk about? He wants to make sure the record is straight. He wants to make sure it's very clear. If you don't think you're coming over for sex later, and if you're all of a sudden not willing to have sex, you might as well stay home.
It's fine.
Is that something you're aware of? Is that something you want to confirm right now and discuss on the air, or no?
That's fine.
So why didn't you just come out and say it, Brittany? You're so shy.
Sure.
She lives with her parents. She doesn't want talking about that stuff, probably.
Well, according to another thing he wanted to set the record straight about, she was lying about living with her parents.
Oh, wow.
What?
She lives with him.
Whoa.
Well, now, T-Man, I'm not going to get sex tonight.
Well, you called us,
Yeah,
dude.
you didn't need to call.
Yeah, what are you blaming me for?
Jeez.
Getting mad at me. You put me on the air. What are you doing, T-Man? Well, this is a radio show, sir. You call in, you wanted to say something, and now we're discussing it. And I'm trying to figure out why Brittany is all shy and then get her behind closed doors, and she's a wild woman.
Wow.
Brittany, you want to explain this to us?
It's like Ludacris said, I want a lady in the street with a freak in the bed, and I got that.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow.
Is that what you want to be, Brittany?
Is this the kind of guy you want?
I know.
Brittany, you better speak up. Is all this man saying true or what?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
She's
And T-Man, I'm sure she did not tell you that we're engaged.
No, she didn't.
Oh, wow.
Did you know you were engaged, Brittany, at 18 years of age?
I know. Wow, this is the first time she's ever heard.
Brittany,
Yes.
do you want to be engaged at 18?
I'm having a baby.
Oh, jeez.
It never ends, does
That's
it?
the guarantee that we're having sex.
Brittany, there was a little bit you left out when you called earlier, wasn't there?
What?
You're pregnant?
Yeah.
Is it this guy's?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my God.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I murdered 7 people
Oh,
back in
geez.
84.
84, she wasn't even alive. Brittany, that'd be quite the feat. Brittany,
Yes?
why'd you leave all this stuff out when we talked to you earlier?
I just wanted to tell you that I had a $1 bill.
Okay. Well, your boyfriend's come on to tell us all the rest. All right?
Apparently.
Yes. You're exactly what we thought you were anyway. Okay. Too bad we couldn't get to you first. Anyway. Enjoy your lives. I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
All right?
All right.
All right, kids.
And good luck.
Yeah. Dude, want to make sure that everyone knows he's the man.
His friends are listening.
Right.
I have sex with her all the time.
T-Man, she almost made people think that I'm not having sex with her.
Yeah, but I'm the baby maker. I can prove it.
I guess that would be undeniable proof.
Yeah,
Unless the
definitely.
baby comes out to look completely different. Anyhow, which has me worried every day. Anyhow. Are you kidding me? He's going to be gifted with the tremendous looks that I've been enjoying all my life.
Ah, good.
Yes. Now, you have stuff on your pile, Terry.
I do.
Now, of course, I have to also let you know that amongst these phone lines, I have gay phone operator waiting, Terry. But you've been waiting so long. Why don't you give us something that's on your plate there? What do you got?
Well, since we've been talking a lot about, like, high school and proms and things like that, I found a little story here. There's a big prom controversy brewing. There's one particular dress style that has been singled out by, like, parents and school administration, principals and such, as being way too over the top. As far as a dress for the prom is, to be worn.
It's one of the dresses, the styles that a lot of girls want to wear this prom season 2005.
In fact, it is the top seller.
It's the top-selling style.
Yes.
And the style is what? Topless, backless, frontless,
well, no,
bottomless?
It's similar to...
Crotchless?
It's similar to the J-Lo dress that she wore a couple years back when she was with P. Diddy.
On the Grammys?
Yeah.
That had just a sliver of material down the middle of her boobie?
Right. This one, actually, it says that it covers about a quarter of the breasts.
So, Prom 2005's number one style is a dress that only covers 25% of an 18-year-old girl, 17-year-old girl's boob. Now, considering a 17-year-old may not even be fully developed, it can pretty much give you an idea. Well, they are pretty much fully developed at 18, 17. But anyway, gives you a pretty good idea of how revealing this dress may be.
Right. And it is made by Excite, which is a dress company based out of Texas. And they advertise in, like, magazines targeted towards, teenagers, like 17, Young Miss, teen
So it
magazines.
is being advertised in some of your well-respected magazines, Terry.
Well, yeah.
And it is targeting the 17-year-old girl, obviously, although girls read 17 at 9. Anyhow. 15, the controversy 16. Is whether or not to allow these
this
high school
dress,
senior girls to wear this dress.
Right.
And some school administrators are saying we won't allow. Are they going as far as to say we won't allow this dress at our prom?
Yeah, pretty much. Do you think? The other thing about this dress is it costs about $500.
All right. Well, if the parents are cracking down, and I don't know many high school girls that have $500 of their own money.
Well, if they work.
All right.
Some might work, so they say, and for prom they save up.
I didn't have no $500 come prom time.
Well, but we've heard about
There's your answer. If a girl wants to wear this particular prom dress, she's got to buy it herself. And don't come home for a week.
Right.
Oh no, wait. Actually, be home by 10.
Don't even walk out the door.
So you don't think that's the answer? You think that this controversy is a controversy for the right reasons, that this dress should be kiboshed, this dress should not be allowed at any prom on this planet that we call Earth, Terry?
Yes, I think it's
too much, too little, depending how you want to look at it.
Too little.
Well, imagine how it might look. Oh, this guy's body!
Oh, he's a gay phone operator. He's so gay. He's so phone operator. And now, here's Gay. A good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Gay.
He sounds happier these days.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yes, Gay.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yes, Gay.
I was going to call in and let him know that if Britney, or whatever her name is, didn't deliver, I would. I like you best drivers. I need someone to deliver.
Oh, jeez. Yes, Gay.
He's a breeder, though.
That doesn't matter. Just give him a beer.
Oh, jeez. So all you think it takes to make a heterosexual man gay is to give him a beer?
A lot of times.
A lot of times.
Well, here's a man on the line who's had a few beers.
Yeah, won't you give me a beer, Gay? And I'm glad you spent 5 hours in the hospital. And I'm telling you, you're such a...
You're not because you're a bastard.
Yeah, well, you're just mad because I didn't come and visit you in the hospital.
Yeah, whatever. How's your body cast? How's your little broken...
Did you hear what I confirmed yesterday or not?
You were what?
Did you hear what I confirmed yesterday or not?
No, I didn't. I don't...
Okay, because you're not a dedicated confessional.
Okay, well, let's have our think tank of a panel here discuss whether they think this new style dress, which isn't that new, by the way, should be allowed to be worn at proms 2005. First, let's start with John. John, your thoughts.
My thoughts are, well, if you can wear a prom dress and then everybody else can wear just what the hell they want.
Okay, there's one answer.
Wow. Wait, T-Man?
Wait.
It's a good
T-Man,
point.
Oh, there's more. He wants to expand upon that deep thought. Yes, John.
Well,
Okay, that's what I thought. Gay, now your thoughts on this. As the homosexual male who went to his prom denying his true sexuality, how would you like to see this particular dress? And we can all visualize what it looks like? Yeah. Terry described it as the J-Lo Grammy dress that got a lot of talk back. It was a good, 4 or 5 years ago now, Terry.
Well, yeah.
And yet that's the style, kind of the style, that has just that sliver of material down the middle of the nipple area on each side.
Like I said, covers a quarter, they say.
A quarter of the average size breast.
Right.
It's not appropriate.
Oh, jeez. It's not appropriate.
No, you don't need
unless
that
it's
kind of
worn by
dress
a
for high
UPS
school
driver who's
dress.
coming to my house later today.
Right. Putting nude pics of myself on Craigslist, that's appropriate.
Have you put nude pictures of yourself on Craigslist?
No, I did not. No, somebody got photos of me and put a fake ad up, and I had to have Craigslist take it down.
Somebody got fake photos of me?
You called Craig?
No, there were photos of me, but it was a fake ad. I didn't put it up.
So you actually have nude photos of yourself.
How did somebody get their hands on nude photos of you, Gay?
They just did.
They posed to be a Greek tycoon and faked you out and made you think you're going to get rich?
Just like the fat bitch Jessica in Auburn that pretended she was a guy.
Yes.
And I sent photos.
So you have sent nude pictures of yourself to people who have requested to see them. And then all of a sudden they show up on Craigslist.
Yeah.
And then you have to call Craig personally and ask that they be taken down.
Yeah.
There's a problem with your list, Craig.
And you
problem.
You got Craigslist people to take those pictures down.
Yes. Somebody posted the ad in their live journal.
But not before Hotshot started screaming in his home when he saw them by accident.
Well,
I don't want to even ask what he was looking for.
Well, I was looking for a cute chubby bottom, and I came across these pictures. The chubby part was accurate.
All right.
Wow.
Well, I'm very interested by this controversy, Terry. I want to know what, first of all, you think.
Oh, yeah.
You are a parent. Mm-hmm. Your daughters will be hitting the prom soon. Who knows what the style will be then?
Right. Well, and even
it's not like they're going naked, Terry, even though that's the way a lot of them will wind up by the end of the night.
But I even think with Darius is, potentially going to prom next year, I would hope that his date isn't going to wear something really...
What prom is he going to next year?
Prom? Maybe a freshman.
He'll go to homecoming or something.
All right. Well, homecoming and prom is a little different. Homecoming is 15, 16, 17-year-olds. This is usually mostly made up of 17 and 18-year-olds and older at the prom.
But still, it's inappropriate regardless.
Just make sure you give him condoms. He'll be prepared.
Oh, geez.
And a six-pack.
So you think that the school should stick to their guns. You think the school should be at the door of the prom, wherever it may be held, and not allow any girl into the door that's wearing this particular dress?
Yes.
And why is this dress so much more a problem than a girl who's wearing a little bit more of a conservative dress, but is going to be completely nude by 11 p.m. in the back seat of some limo?
Well, do we know that for sure? No, we don't know that for sure.
Of course we know it for sure, that there's going to be a lot of high school seniors that have many sexual experience on that night. You can't. What is this going to do?
Well, so then it's okay to, you may as well just let them all go naked if they're going to end up that way. I mean, the school-sponsored part of it, the dance,
right.
You can't be wearing stuff like that. If they go in the back seat, that's their own fault.
And also, the school monitors anyway regular day, what people wear day to day. If they don't like the shirts that they're wearing or things like that, they send them home. Mm-hmm. So how's that any different than the dance?
They're not going to Slut Central.
Oh, jeez. Well, who's to say that one particular... I have to see the style, Terry, and even if the style is as I'm thinking right now, who's to say... Who's the gatekeeper on what is too risque when it comes to attire? One principal who's probably, well, I didn't want to say it, doing things that will cause his immediate paid leave soon, too? I don't know. If the parents give the okay, and usually when it comes to prom, it's a pretty high-profile night that the parent has a good idea of what the daughter is wearing.
Right.
And if the parent is given the okay on this is one of the few nights that a parent actually knows what her daughter's doing on a Friday or Saturday night. And if the parent gives the okay, that should be enough. End the story!
Okay.
The burning bush has spoken. Don't f*** with the burning bush.
It's true. It always has been true. Do you understand what I'm actually telling you? That this is honestly one of the few nights where the parents know where the kids are.
I understand that.
And the parent will have a good idea of what their daughter's wearing.
And if the parent allows that daughter to wear it, then the parent is going to be well aware that daughter probably will not be attending the dance. So don't ask for pictures because she probably will not be let in the door.
I choose what my daughter wears, says the parent.
Fine.
And
choose.
you better allow her in that door,
No, it doesn't-
or I'm going to bomb that building.
Well, then bomb away because it does not,
That's my answer.
Go with what the school policy is.
Something tells me if it was your daughter, you wouldn't want her wearing it.
No, she's not wearing that. But there are some parents that may feel different. Hey, it's just a bit of material. It's all flesh. It's all the same. Hey, peace and love.
Right.
Better than those frumpy dresses that we had to go with.
Right.
Nonsense.
Nonsense.
Look at the video later.
The frumpy dresses that Gay's probably wearing to work right now. Are you still there, Gay?
Never worn a dress in my life.
Oh, jeez. Uh-huh.
I would have gone the other way on that.
Yeah, you would have.
Steven's saying a lot of people would have lost a lot of money on that wager. Never worn a dress in your life. Is that true?
That is very true.
All right.
If you were 130 pounds, you would have tried one on at one point.
No.
But Carney Wilson's not donating any dresses to Goodwill
geez.
these days, so I don't think you have a shot.
Yeah, I'm not into drag. I don't do that. Thank you.
Maybe it's because, as Hotshot points out, you have no ability to be into drag. There are no dresses that really...
That's not me. I'm not like that. I don't want to do that.
There are no dresses that really put your hips in a good light.
I'm not into Kenneth Cole shirts either, but because I can't wear them. Doesn't mean I wouldn't.
There's a difference between you wanting to not be fat and wear Kenneth Cole and me wanting to be a faggot.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
What if I want to be that, too?
Are you looking forward to a good workday, Gay?
Boy, oh, boy.
Huh?
I am. I feel
Okay, well then why don't you have a great...
Gay day.
Oh, jeez. Unless you want to be on the line while we take calls about the dress situation.
No, I have to go into work.
Okay, good. All right, there he goes.
Sounds like the Bipolar Express is rolling again.
Yeah,
Huh?
it is.
You're on the air. Hello. I'm way behind, aren't I?
Yes.
Anyone there? Let me take one. Yeah. Go ahead, sir. Take one quick.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something, man. Women should be able to wear whatever they want to wear.
And fine, go ahead. But when it comes to a school, sponsored dance, that kind of thing, it's not going to be allowed.
Well,
wear whatever you want to wear.
Shouldn't it be a nationally agreed upon situation, though? Either we completely ban it from Prom 2005 in every city of this country, or we don't. Let's have a unified, nationwide poll.
You saw what happened in November. Everybody's going to be wearing big, oversized sweaters.
Oh, jeez.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, think about it, though. If I go to homecoming, I want to be able to know if I'm going to be going home with a slut.
This is not homecoming, and this is a much more dramatic night than any old homecoming.
Right.
This is the prom. What if, Terry, a few years from now, Darius's date that you were looking forward to seeing on the night of the prom shows up on that night in a dress similar to this, or one perhaps even worse? Or let's just stick with similar to this. It's as risque as this one looks. Do you tell Darius, well, you can't go to the prom. Your date looks like a slut to me, and I'm not letting you go. Is that what you do?
I would definitely make a comment and say, I can't believe your mom
Well,
let
there'll
you
be a
out
lot
of
of
the
people
house.
making comments, Terry. That's not the same as telling him he can't go. It's prom night. He's got his tux on. He looks great. He's got he's got the cummerbund. It's covering 25% of his nipple.
Wow.
And
It's a crazy tux.
he's excited about going to the prom. Then all of a sudden his date shows up at the door to pick him up in the chariot. And she's wearing a very, very, as you would deem, slutty-looking dress. Do you tell him right there, well, you can't go?
No, I say, Darius, you're going to score tonight. Get her pregnant. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Make me a grandma.
Terry, you can make jokes all you want if you want to avoid the question. That's fine. Or you can answer the question.
I don't think you let him go.
Terry doesn't seem to be wanting to respond that way. Let us take a break, and when we come back, we'll take your calls on the controversy that's rocking Prom 2005.
Ooh, rocks.
The dress heard around the world.
The T-Man.
Hey,
Isn't it ironic that Stephen R. Kilbreth, ladies and gentlemen, during the break has found an example picture of this very dress that we're talking about in the last segment. If you're just tuning in, yes, there is a dress made by a company that is their top seller for Prom 2005 this year. That is all the controversy one parent can handle. Don't you know? And you, Stephen, have found an example of that dress?
I have, yeah.
And you are going to now pass it over to Greg, the Internet Guy, or Computer Freak, and have it put up on the TManShow.com?
One of the boys will be helping us out, yes.
How quickly can we expect to see the picture that is an example? Not an example. It is the dress that we're talking about here.
Well, it's the one from the story, I believe, yes.
Okay. The one
Terry
from
can
the
confirm it when she sees it.
From the brand name that we mentioned just a few minutes ago.
Yes.
By the way, the guy, I now have the possession of that story that Terry was reading a few minutes ago. I had to read it myself. And the guy who was the CEO of this particular dressmaker brand said he wouldn't let his own daughter wear this dress to the prom. And yet, he indicates that it's his best-selling dress for Prom 2005. So there are parents out there, yes, that are saying, sure, you look great in it. Go for it.
And when it's up on our website, 300 will sell in the first minute.
Oh, jeez. We just got to put the shopping basket up there.
Right. I've worked a deal.
Now, Steven, is the picture up there yet or not?
The picture is not up there yet.
Okay, well, are we going to expect it sometime this century or no?
I would assume so,
Have you spoken to one of the two guys?
I have emailed, yes, and I have heard back. So.
You have heard back saying what? I just want to spend a little private time with this picture before I throw it up there.
I heard back saying, I'll let you know when it's ready.
When it's ready.
Yes.
You sure that's the email that corresponds to this situation we're talking about here?
Let me double check.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Very good.
Right now, the Schwagger girls are still there.
It would be really good, before we go to calls on this subject, to have an example of
I agree, yeah.
what we're talking about here.
I totally agree.
Because you emailed us the picture, and it is pretty controversial as far as the style of dress, no doubt. Terry, it's even more revealing than that J-Lo dress you talked about that you wore at the Grammys 4 years ago. Yeah. It's like just nothing but wearing suspenders over your nipples and having a little lower half of the dress below.
T-Man?
Oh, jeez.
I have news.
And the news is?
It's there!
Oh, yeah! Oh, man. Please don't ring a cowbell. I'll come up there and...
Jeez.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you go to www.thetmanshow.com right now, you will see a picture of this dress that we have been discussing for the past couple of seconds, and a young 17-year-old model wearing it. Oh, jeez. All right. Don't ring the cowbell. How old is this girl wearing this dress in this picture?
Probably 17.
18, I'm hoping.
Right.
Okay.
It's gotta be.
Now, the question is, as I argued just a few minutes ago, find me a parent that doesn't know what dress their daughter is wearing for the prom, Terry. Find me one.
Well, no, I agree.
Find me one?
No, probably not. And I agree with you on that.
If the parent says when she sees that dress, when the dad sees that dress, that's fine with us, then the school shouldn't stop her at the door. The school shouldn't stop her at the door. The parents should make the decision.
But I'm telling you that the school will, because it's not...
And I believe that they will, and I don't think that's right. Now, I would love to hear from some parents out there that believe this dress is fine for Prom 2005. Or I'm sure we'll hear from a lot of people that say differently.
Yeah.
But the number to call is 1-866-663-T-Man. So you can see the picture right now up there on the front page. Is that right?
I can, yes.
You want to ring that cowbell again, don't you, Stephen?
Well, I mean, it's $6 well spent, I think.
Take it off from around your neck and ring it again.
That's all.
Just run around the little studio we have up there again and make it happen.
Stand up.
Yeah.
Cowbell.
Let's turn them off. Gosh. Needs to be beaten bad. 1-866-663-T-Man, you're on the air.
I'm bringing in a snare drum tomorrow.
Bringing in a kazoo.
You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up?
So basically, I have a couple things to say. One, the dress. You know, it's always the fat kids and the ugly ones that can't wear the dress that are going to have their parents complain, oh, Susie was wearing the dress at the dance and she looked too good.
Or worse, I'm worried that it's going to be the fat girls wearing this dress to the prom.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
If it's the fat girls wearing this dress to the prom, then we got a problem.
I think I kind of like to see that. What the fattest girl would come down and wear it would be nice.
All right,
Let's buy that dress.
I was just going to say, why don't we buy that dress?
Okay.
And then we'll play.
See what the largest size it comes in?
No. We'll play a game sweep of the nation.
Uh-oh.
Capture the hearts of America.
Okay.
Well, a game that just will make it clear who deserves the dress the most.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
Or maybe not. Okay. All right, Stephen, bring the cowbell again. That's all we got.
Really?
Oh, just no. You're on the air. Hello.
God, you missed your chance.
Hello.
Hey, man.
Yes.
My parents didn't know what dress I wear to the prom. Me and my friends changed after we left the house.
Oh, so they thought that they knew, but then you changed after they saw you in the dress that you were supposedly going to the prom in.
Yes, after we got picked up.
All right, but you fooled them. They didn't know any better. But they wanted to see your dress. It's not like any parent is so absent that they don't want to see the dress that their daughter goes to the prom in. That's a big moment for a parent, I would imagine.
Well, what about the pictures? What did you do then? Did you just not show your mom and dad the pictures and say, oh, we didn't get them this year? Or?
We didn't get them. We told them we left early.
So you I'm sure they love to hear that. So you changed from what to what? Give me all the details.
Okay, so my parents are pretty conservative.
Yes.
So they're like, okay, no really low cut, no flashing your boobs to everybody. So my dress is really cute, but I didn't show any cleavage. So I was like, I can't go to my own prom without showing what I got.
So in dress number one, as you were leaving the house, you were wearing a dress that showed no cleavage. Where did you change?
We actually rented a hotel room where we went. Me and the group of girls changed into completely different gowns.
And the new gown you were wearing looked like what?
It was low cut all the way down to my belly button.
Really?
So you could see what I have.
You could see you split right down the middle.
Yep.
And you could see a lot of your oversized high school prom breasts.
Exactly.
How big were your boobies back then?
Double D's.
Double D's.
Yes, sir.
How big was the rest of you?
125 pounds. I'm pretty fit. I'm a swimmer.
Pretty fit.
Yes.
120. And you're still, what do you weigh now?
I put a couple pounds. I weighed 10 pounds more 3 years later.
3 years later, you put on 10 pounds. Well, that's pretty normal. How tall are you?
What? I'm sorry?
How tall are you?
How tall am I? 5'4".
5'4", 125, and...
Huge boobs.
Huge boobs.
Exactly.
And your parents to this day don't know that you changed dresses the night of the prom.
No clue. My mom still
So
gets teary-eyed when we go to friends' houses and she sees prom pictures. She's like, why couldn't you have waited in line? And we're like, Mom, the line was too long. We got bored.
3 years later.
So because...
That is terrible.
So because of this knowledge that you have of being able to get away with changing dresses, you believe there should be a universal nationwide dress code at a prom that says that this dress that is now on the front page of our website should not be allowed in the door.
As long as you're not showing your nipples, I think anything's okay.
Well, this dress...
That's pretty close,
This
though.
dress does very barely hide the nipples.
I mean...
Look at this high school girl. She's so high school looking.
I know.
Yeah! Oh, jeez. I said that out loud. She just looks so dumb. Not all high school girls are dumb, though.
Okay.
Some are bright.
Yeah.
She's not one of them.
Okay.
And she's trying really hard.
She is.
This picture says a lot. They say a picture says 1,000 words, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
This one to me says 1,000,000!
Don't you love her pose?
Oh, jeez. You're on the air. Hello. Hello. Anyone there?
T-Man.
Yes.
My mom didn't know what dress I was wearing either.
All these sneaky girls, Terry.
Oh, my
How did she not know? Did you change too?
No, my boyfriend bought my dress, and I actually went to a girlfriend's house and got dressed there.
And your mom had no interest in seeing you in your prom dress? Your prom comes around once in a lifetime, and she didn't want to... That's like a mom not knowing what her daughter's wedding dress looks like. Same
Not
thing.
at all.
All right, well, that says a lot about your mom.
Maybe they aren't very close. You guys not very close then?
No, my mom and I are really close, but she still didn't know.
She didn't care? She didn't know. It's easy to make...
I told my mom that I wasn't even going. I went to a friend's house.
All right, so you're all a bunch of lying whores.
These girls just ripping their mother's hearts out like that. It's terrible.
That's awful.
Awful girls.
Yes, this just shows how easily and readily able and willing, these girls that seem like nice girls, Terry, by the sound of their voice, are ready to just rip their mother's hearts out.
Oh, yeah, they're nice girls.
I mean, I changed into a leopard skin Speedo, but my dad was there the whole time. He knew. I mean,
Yes.
I didn't hide it from me. Yeah, you borrowed it from him.
Well, he went with you to your fitting.
But he's the only guy on the planet that can wear my clothes.
That's right. 1-866-663-T-Man. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Did you have a matching bow tie?
Yes. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, I had a comment about the dress.
All right.
If it is okay for the parents to let their daughters go out and dress like that, then why shouldn't the other parents have a say if they don't want their sons or daughters to come to prom seeing somebody in a dress that looks like it should be in a...
Because if you have the parents putting all their 2 cents in on what the dress code should be, it's going to be utter chaos.
It will be.
And then there'll be no prom.
No, maybe there shouldn't be.
Has anyone... Oh, is that what the answer is, David?
No.
As soon as you heard about Hot Shot's leopard skin... if that is the case, then maybe there should be no problem. But if somebody has gone to the website and seen the dress that we're talking about, that would be nice to hear your reaction as you call in at 1-866-663-T-Man. Now, I have to clear a couple of lines for those people to get through, but eventually I'd like some reaction to what people are seeing. Is it that big a deal? Can you let your daughter go to the prom wearing this? Is it that big a deal? You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
I wore a very revealing dress, and I got let into prom, and everything was fine.
Now, did you see the picture of the dress that we're talking about here or no?
I haven't yet, and I'm dying to, because I really want to show you what I wore. It was very low cut.
Okay, send pictures. Why don't you come down tomorrow modeling it for us?
Oh, there you go.
I would love to. I love this dress. And I was very afraid to tell, show my mom I bought it. And, she paid for it and everything. And I was like, okay, Mom, are you ready to see this? And she actually, looked at me and was like, you know what? I have to admit, you look very good.
So she bought it. She paid for it before she saw it.
Wow.
She did. She gave me her credit card. Me and a bunch of girlfriends went out. And, it took a lot of, my girlfriends had to convince me that it was okay. And I was very nervous to wear it too. Pictures because we all went, in a big group. We had 30 people in our group. We went to our friend's house, and I was just so afraid to see the parents react.
So as much as you're willing to convince us, as much as you're trying to convince us how revealing and risque it was, I get the sense that it may not be quite what you're going to see on the TManShow.com. No. Not that anything you're going to see on the front page with this dress is going to blow you through the door. All right? Save that for prom night. But it is definitely, when you think about it, being the most popular dress for prom 2005, something you got to take note of. Yeah. All right? And I still would venture to say it's more out there as far as being risque than the dress that this girl is even talking about. Because I don't think when your daughter comes out from behind the dressing room door wearing this dress saying, "What do you think, Mom?" she has to say, "I can't lie, it does look great on you."
It'd be cool maybe if
Give it a go.
If she put a T-shirt on underneath it or something.
Yeah, like a muscle shirt, right? Just Budweiser on the front of it.
Something.
So this dress and a wife beater, Steven?
That'd look awesome.
Boy, that's sexy.
You're on the air.
Hey, I saw it. I wouldn't let a daughter of mine wear it, but damn, I'd love to see a girlfriend wearing it.
So you saw the picture on the front page of the website right now, and you would like your girlfriend in it?
Hell yeah.
How old's your
girlfriend? Hot.
But how old's your girlfriend? 52. How old's your girlfriend?
She's 20.
20. All right. There you go. Now, the picture of the girl that's modeling this is not by any means the hottest high school girl you're ever going to find. Couldn't we, if we're going to use this dress as an example, find a hotter high school girl?
Easy.
Easy. Hotshot could find it in 2 minutes on the internet. So why is this girl the one modeling the dress? Not that she's ugly.
Maybe they don't want to take away from the dress by putting something really hot on there. You're not going to look at her face.
Maybe they don't want people going there and
But she's trying so hard
care
to
of themselves.
She's trying so hard to get you to look at her face and everything else, the way she's posing.
Reminds me of the band camp girl from American Pie.
Well, if you put it that way, I kind of like her now. You're on the air. Hello. Yes. Anyone there? Hello? All right. Got to keep your radio down. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
I wanted to make a comment.
You saw the dress?
The prom dress?
Did you see it?
Yes.
You're looking at the website right now?
No.
All right. Well, how do you know what we're talking about?
I'm listening to my radio station, and I want to make a comment on the
geez.
mothers that don't know what their daughters are wearing to prom.
All right. Go ahead. Whatever.
Who does she think she called?
I don't know.
Okay.
You're on. Go ahead.
Winnie the Pooh.
Hello?
All mothers know what their daughters are wearing.
That was
to
my
prom.
point.
Yeah, but we also heard from girls who said, yes, I walked out the door wearing something, but went to the hotel or girlfriend's house later and changed. So no, mom didn't know.
Well,
all moms don't know.
That is kind of cool. But
And that's probably more likely the
No.
situation.
It's dirty and sneaky.
it is dirty and sneaky. And
It
you know what? You
is.
have, you have to have your selection of dirty and sneakies at the prom, Terry.
Right, no doubt.
If you want to stop your dirties and sneakies at the door, then it's going to be a very boring prom and no one's going to show up.
So that's why they let a few trickle through?
That's right. Let a few, the ones who have the guts to go to the hotel and change the dress that they had just shown their mom 15 minutes earlier deserve to be at the prom, too.
Oh.
Because not many girls have those kind of guts.
Right.
You're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah, hurry up. What do you got?
What's up, man?
What do you got, dude?
I seen the dress.
You saw the website?
Yes, I did.
All right, and?
And I know it was on the Today Show yesterday morning.
I was.
Yeah, it was.
All right, and can't say that, dude. You can't say that.
I would love for my girl to be wearing that dress to prom.
Yeah,
Fine, but that's not what we're talking about. Your girl is 29.
Right.
We're talking about 6,
We're
17,
talking
18.
about whether you let your daughter go in it. You're on the air. Anyone there? Hello? So do we have to buy Schwagger's date that dress now, Terry?
Wow.
You will be paying plenty of Schwagger's date.
Or
I
else
don't think you
she's-
need to buy that, too.
She's not going to be in or what?
Oh, man.
You're on the air.
Hello?
Yo, quick.
Oh, yeah, there's no way I let my daughter wear this dress.
You're looking at the dress right now?
Yeah, I'm looking at the dress right now. Ain't no dress right there.
Are you bothered? Should this dress be stopped
I'm a
at the
father,
door?
You know, and I'm like,
Okay,
There's
fine.
no
So,
way.
all right, fine. So your daughter's not allowed to wear it. Should all the girls that are wearing this dress be stopped at the door and told you're not allowed into the prom?
oh, heck yeah. This don't make no sense. They're supposed to go to school, have a good time, not go out Gucci show.
Oh, this. He got edited by his own phone.
You did.
But that's an interesting show.
Who's to say the prom isn't a little bit of a hoochie show?
Nah, you got to do that after the fact.
Do that in your Desperado when you're in your 20s.
Well, no, it's just like, you know.
After the fact, if your date has this much clothes on, there's a problem.
Should have picked a new date.
You're on the air. Quick, time is short, so my go. Speak. Hello.
Hello?
Go, yes.
Yeah, I have to agree with Terry on the whole dress thing.
Have
I
you
wanna-
seen the dress?
I have seen the dress.
Okay, and?
I don't think it's appropriate for prom. I want to know what these girls are thinking, that they have to show that much chest.
It's
to
the
get
most
attention.
popular dress being sold right now for the prom.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, these girls are going through, what, their teenage years? I mean, it's crazy. My mama would have never let me out of the house in that dress.
I believe it. Her mama would have never let her out of the house in that dress.
Yeah.
But there are some mamas that will.
That's because that woman had discipline and parenting instead of her mother trying to be her best friend.
Right.
And look at her now in a rocking chair at 32, Stephen. Way before her time. Playing cards by herself. Is that the answer?
Well, I don't necessarily know that's her life.
I think it is.
The T-Man.
I bet you do.
They wanna take care of me.
How are these dresses going to look dancing to this at the prom, Terry?
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Can you just picture these dresses moving around on the dance floor?
Get your double-sided tape.
Oh, jeez.
That dress will carry big things, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Your soldier.
And you weren't. My soldier, where's he at? Where's he at?
Oh, boy.
Oh, wait, there he is.
Oh, boy, against my will. But he's there.
I don't think double-sided tape was put on too well tonight there, baby.
Okay. Easily ripped off.
Oh, Terry's got all the lingo down. Anyhow, yes, we've been discussing, and I think we've pretty much exhausted the subject, unless you want to take a couple more calls on it, this prom dress that is the prom dress for 2005, Terry. Or maybe I'm overstating it. Maybe it's not the number one seller, but it's pretty high up there.
Yeah, it's a
all
top
right?
seller, that's for sure.
And if I have anything to say about it, it'll get to number one.
think it comes in green or something, or just red.
Oh, jeez. Stephen, if you're looking for a Christmas already gift at this point for Amy or Campbell, I'm sure it could be arranged.
Oh, good.
Campbell's going to look so good in it.
Why, what's the color you're looking at? Because I have a black and white picture here. Is it red?
It is red.
Yes.
With little white beads on
And
it.
again, my position is very clear. I'm sure if a lot of parents are presented with this dress by their daughters, they're going to look at their daughters like they're insane. Are you freaking crazy? Even showing me that dress, not to mention wanting to wear that to the prom? Get back in that dressing room, change yourself down, little slut!
Or put the rest of it on.
Right. That would be a couple of the common responses. However,
slut.
If a parent decides, hey, you look great in it, I think you're going to be all the attention-getting person you want to be at the prom, and I'm all for that. If a parent decides, hey, you look great in it, go have fun on prom night, then that should be their determination. Right. And they should be allowed in the prom to enjoy like anyone else, or enjoy a little bit more.
And here's a fifth of whiskey and some weed. Enjoy.
Yeah.
You little tramp.
Don't tell me that the school administration can overrule what a parent decides.
Well, they can.
I know they can, but they're wrong.
Well.
They're wrong. What if they show up with a note saying my parents saw me in this dress? As a matter of fact, here's a picture of my mom smiling with me wearing the dress next to me. Huh? Yeah, doobity. Let me in.
0 tolerance for skin.
Hey, whatever happened to skin to win? That doesn't apply anymore?
No.
Okay, that's just Mazel on.
You're on the air. Go ahead. Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Oh, my God, I'm on the air.
Yes, you are.
I'm actually a mother of 4 girls, and I'd never let them in the house, out of the house like that.
And that's fine. That's your decision. My decision would be similar to yours. However, if there's a parent that decides that it's fine, then they shouldn't be stopped at the door.
No, they shouldn't. Let them go, but they're the ones that are going to have that thing pop out when they're dancing around.
Oh, jeez.
You know, I mean...
That thing?
Okay, the boob.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that
boob
thing.
pops out. The girl's going to be very embarrassed, and then the parents are going to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But you'd be irresponsible to let your girl go out. I mean, because some of those girls that go to proms are, what, 16, 17?
These dresses hold up amongst the best of dresses, and I don't think you can necessarily anticipate that a boob's going to be coming out to play in full force. All right? So I don't agree with that assessment necessarily.
I think it'd be irresponsible.
Now, if a minor breeze blows, I don't see that as anything to worry about. You're on the air. Oh, geez. Hello?
T-Man.
Yes.
Man, this is totally inappropriate. I wouldn't let my daughter out of the house in this.
That's because...
And I understand that, you know, that they do go out and change. And, I mean, we did things growing up that...
how about that? How about a daughter telling her mom, this is what I'm wearing, then going to the hotel and putting stuff... You got to think that for a parent, this is like a top 5 night as far as nights or days you're going to experience in your daughter's life.
Right.
And there are some women out there that are putting on a dress, letting their mom see them in it, getting them all excited, all happy, all glowing inside, all the memories of the day that she was born, cradled in her arms, and all those visions passing by her head, and then going to the hotel and changing into something else. Who are these sluts?
You mean the day she was conceived 17 years ago at prom?
Oh, jeez.
Whoa.
Oh.
Jeez.
Listen, I know a lot of people out there, maybe you're one of them, I think you are going to be outraged by this dress because you could never pull it off a day in your life.
Ooh, T-Man. That's not even appropriate either. The point is that you don't want your daughter wearing this to prom. There are times and places to wear something like this. Prom is not the place.
You didn't answer my question.
Could I pull it off? Not red.
Thank you.
I prefer black.
Yeah, the color's the problem. Right. She's looking red.
Right. Maybe a nice purple.
Forget the 280 pounds surrounding the red.
Yeah, but when you wear black, it's very slimming.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't go with her eyes.
Other events are okay for the dress, like what, her christening or something? Her coronation?
Track and field. You're on the air. Hello.
Jeez.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
I think the dress is actually really cute.
Yes. I think
Yeah.
you are, too.
But I would let my daughter go out in that.
That was really scary and sick. What was that?
I would let my daughter wear that to her prom.
You wouldn't?
I would.
You would?
Yes.
Okay. Well, luckily for you, you have a daughter at age 14, so it all works out well. You can make those decisions in a couple of months. You're on the air. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yes. Turn your radio down, dude.
Hold up.
Oh, jeez.
She has to get up.
Gotta get my hand on my pants and reach over.
Oh, yeah, about that dress.
Yes.
See, my prom is coming up.
Your prom is coming up, and
Yeah.
now you can't go unless your date wears this dress. What?
My girl, she wants to wear that dress.
Okay.
But I ain't gonna let her wear it because it looks way too damn slutty.
Yeah, there could be a lot of guys that would be embarrassed to be in the company of a woman at the prom wearing this dress. That's a possibility.
I mean, see, I don't want to be dancing, right? She pulled damn Janet Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd love to see Terry in that dress.
Oh, my God. I know you wouldn't.
Well, we're going to have a showing on Friday at 2.
Nice.
All right. Terry Free's going to model this dress for anyone that would like to come down to the station.
I'll have my lotion ready.
Okay.
Oh,
Something tells me it's already ready.
It'll cover 3% of Terry's boobs.
3%. Yeah. It's a skyrocketed number as far as I'm concerned. Anyhow, as far as also I'm concerned, that pretty much exhausts all the angles we can discuss on Prom Dress 2005.
All right.
So to all you waiting that didn't get your comment in, I'm sure it was covered at some point, right? Anything we didn't discuss as far as this dress?
No, I think we're
Put them on! Wear them!
All the dresses end up round up in a little ball in the corner of the hotel room anyway. So
Oh, jeez.
what does it matter?
Stephen remembers back to the day.
Boy.
Stephen.
Yeah.
You didn't have any hotel room the night of your prom, did you?
I did.
You didn't use it, though, did you?
I don't know if I did.
Oh, see?
I think I went running home to Mommy.
Well, why don't you tell us what actually did happen instead of making jokes about it? What happened after you left the prom?
Oh, after the prom?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell you about the whole night. We got in a limo, picked up a bunch of friends. We went up to the Blue Max restaurant in Bellingham, Washington, and then went to our prom.
I'm sure the Blue Max is loving that plug.
What'd you eat?
They're like, please don't mention us in connection with your prom, Stephen.
No way they're still there.
And then we went to the City Hall for our dance in the basement of the City Hall.
Right.
And Greg Valentine was there spinning the tunes.
Right.
No way.
And then he hooked up with your date, or what? All right, so the prom is winding down, at least as far as you're concerned. You're ready to move on, and what happens next?
Well, we go to the little hotel.
You went to the hotel?
Yes.
All right, what hotel did you reserve a room at?
It was the Island Motel.
The Island Motel for big spenders on prom night.
Cool thing is, it's 1 block from the A&W, so
that's
Steven
very
said, I'll be
important.
back.
Gotta get fries. Anyhow, so you're at the Island Motel with your date, and how many other couples are there? Just you and her?
No, nothing. No, I mean there was not. We weren't like a couple or anything like that.
You didn't go to the prom with anyone you liked.
Well, I mean, I liked her. She was a friend of mine, but I didn't. I had no evil intentions with her.
Stephen, what happened at the hotel, please?
Well, it's all just a blur.
Mm-hmm. Stephen, what happened at the hotel, please?
Well, we all traded off dates, and we just had a great time.
Stephen, instead of joking about it, because you don't want to really talk about what happened, I'm going to ask you again.
I think my date ended up with her boyfriend that night, so...
Are you suggesting your date for the prom had sex with somebody else on the night of the prom?
Well, I don't know if they had... I would never say that they had sex.
Are you saying there's a possibility? Are you telling me right now that there is a possibility that you're not able to rule out that your date that you went to prom with had sex with someone else on the night of the prom?
It's possible.
Unbelievable.
Why didn't she go with her boyfriend to the dance?
Well, I don't know if they were... I think they were not boyfriend, girlfriend at the time, but they kind of rekindled things. I mean, I have that effect on people.
Wow.
If this is all that's out there, I'm going back to the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Let me see if I understand this right.
Everybody kind of went as friends. There was not really any sort of couples.
Your breath was so bad, not to mention all the rest of you, that she was inspired to go back to her date. Not only did she make the decision on the night of the prom, but she, in fact, had sex with him.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say that because I don't know.
You're not ruling it out, though.
I'm not going to rule it out.
Something tells me you think there's a decent chance that your date, that you bought a corsage for, that you got in the limo with, that you took the dinner, that you paid for the prom tickets for, you are telling me there's a pretty decent chance you had sex with someone else that night.
Well, there's a chance, sure. Yeah.
To me, that's all I need to hear. She was being slammed by some other dude who didn't pay a penny.
Well, he went, too, with somebody else.
Mm-hmm. So you're just a pawn in her scheme to get him back.
To win him back, yeah. And I think his date ended up with her old boyfriend and stuff. And that group was, that was a little crazy group. I don't know how I got involved with them, but
Yeah, why would you want to take someone that just broke up with, like, another guy?
Well, because
no one else would go with him.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, that's not necessarily true. We were a group of friends, and we kind of just...
How did your night wind up, Stephen? Obviously, you didn't get anywhere close to some action, or what?
And I wasn't ever expecting it, nor wanting it. Really.
But you weren't expecting her to have sex with somebody else, were you?
Or wanting that.
Well, I mean, it didn't, didn't surprise me that they were pretty much... Ross and Rachel through high school. That's...
So was the night over for you by 10 o'clock?
Well, no.
But in the
I
hotel.
stayed in the hotel overnight.
In the hotel that you were staying at, she left you and might have gone down the hall to have sex with her boyfriend, or ex-boyfriend, or whatever he was.
Well, we all didn't have our own hotel rooms. There was like queen beds in the hotel, and we had,
somewhere
like,
in that
rooms.
Eagle Hotel. What was the name of it?
The Island
Motel. The Island Motel. Somewhere in the Island Motel, there's a pretty good chance that when your date left your company, she went down the hall or to another floor to have sex with another guy. Yes or no?
Well, there's only one floor, but...
yes or no?
Nice place, huh?
It's out of Cordes. I mean, there's not a lot there.
Yes or no?
I mean, it's possible. I mean, I don't, it's not that big of a deal.
You think it's possible because someone might have told you that that's what happened.
Anything. No, nobody told me anything.
She came back smelling like sex, trying to make it like she was being nice to you, the guy who had laid out all that cash for the prom, that just had sex with somebody else, right or wrong?
Now, all these people are wonderful people now with great families and children and all that. We don't need to
She went out to get some ice in the bucket and never came back.
Right. That's what you call it, too.
Yeah.
She got some ice in the bucket, I'll tell you. Stephen,
the hotel didn't even have free HBO.
I'm noticing that some of the phone calls are already suggesting that they would like to see some prom pictures that you may or may not still have.
Oh, wow. I have them all, yeah.
He'd be happy to show us. That's when he was skinny.
Mm-hmm.
And he could smile?
Who's changing our board there, Vinny? Anyway. Stephen, would you be able to produce any of those pictures for us?
I have all of the pictures. I went to every single dance from sophomore on.
Really?
So would you be willing to provide pictures for us, I'm asking you?
I can show them to you. I don't necessarily think they... Unless you cover up the people, because, they probably don't want to be associated with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's all girls with big hair.
Wow. And the big hair was flying in every direction when she was having sex with somebody else on prom night when she was your date.
Now, I don't know if they did or not. I mean, I know they had in the past.
Tell you, I thought not going to the prom was a pretty bad experience in my life.
Right.
But going to the prom and then having your date have sex with somebody else could be worse.
Okay.
Well, I don't remember it as a bad time, though. I don't think I had a bad time. It wasn't like I was interested in this girl for that.
If you go to the prom and your date winds up having sex with somebody else, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, you've had a bad time. All right? That is a bad time.
Well, but see... Where you and I
had a great time.
Where you and I are different is that I'm not all about sex.
That is as embarrassing as it gets. And whether you want to acknowledge it or you don't even want to recognize that it exists or not, I'm sorry. It's still there.
Okay.
Okay? Your date has someone else.
I definitely don't agree, but...
Besides you, on the night that you took her to the prom and spent all that money, when money means a hell of a lot more at that time in your life, and your date has someone else and you want to make it like, oh, it's such a great time.
Well, I did have a good time.
Well, that's
and
sad.
I didn't use that voice, but...
Well, you use it every other newscast you do, though.
Yeah, because I'm bad. Yeah. Horrible.
Well, you pretty much are. But...
Well, no, I realize that.
Well, if you didn't use that voice, you'd probably be better. Anyhow, I think that is as embarrassing, as disrespectful, and as, just as mean as it gets.
She could have waited.
And Stephen obviously is suppressing the anger he has about it, which is why he'll probably snap at some point in his life with all the anger that is continuing to build up like it is at Mount Rainier. Or what's the Mount St. Helens? Yeah. You'll get a blow, Stephen.
Well, I don't think it bothers me, though.
It does.
Okay.
If it doesn't, it should, and someplace within you, it's being acknowledged that it bothers you. You went to the prom with a woman who wound up having sex with somebody else. If you don't see that you've been disrespected, somewhere deep in your psychological, subconscious mind, it's being acknowledged. And that's even more dangerous. You can't tell me right now you don't want to own up to the fact that some girl has the ability, after going to the prom with you, to have sex with somebody else on that very same night, and you don't see that as disrespectful? You don't want to acknowledge that?
We went as a group of friends. I don't think it wasn't like everybody was set up.
That is so sad. I don't care how you want to rationalize it, how you want to justify it. It is the height of disrespect. Man, I feel for you.
But he did get the free continental breakfast the next day, so that softened the blow a little
They
bit.
definitely don't have that. Vending machine.
You want to know why I do so well in the world, Stephen?
Why you do so well in the
Yes.
world? Okay.
You want to know why?
Okay.
Because I acknowledge all the times where I've been wrong, disrespected, hurt, bothered, embarrassed, whatever the case may be. You don't. I went to the prom with my
that's why I'm
sister, and I
floundering.
still have not gotten over it, and I'll talk about it with everyone who wants to discuss it with me. You will dress it up, you'll rationalize, you'll convince yourself and others, not a big deal, when it can't be anything but.
But it's not like I'm trying to hide something. I mean, it wasn't a big deal then, and it's still not now. I don't.
We had to
never
pull
think
it
about
out of you. You still don't
Because
want
I
to
don't
acknowledge
care.
it. She was slammed by some other guy the night of your prom after you put her in the limo that you paid for. You bought her dinner. You danced with her, and then she's screwing some other guy. Oh, but I had a great time. Work with the pain, Stephen. You'll be a better person.
Well, hopefully someday I can be like you and be so...
Yes, maybe someday
with
you
a
will
wealth of everything.
Yes. Something to strive for.
I know, hey.
And maybe stopping having sex with the dog will be the first step in the right direction.
Right, exactly.
The T-Man.
Hey, this is Terry.
And Terry, you have a couple of stories remaining over there that you want to clean up with. What do you got?
I
Please,
do.
you have a couple of minutes. Time is short, so I go.
A prostitute who stabbed her customer so hard that her knife exited through his back. He died.
Must have been a pretty big knife.
Yeah, I think so.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. Mm-hmm.
So she's been arrested for second-degree murder.
Uh-huh. He
possession.
died?
He did.
Yes.
Do you think if it's coming all the way through?
Okay.
If there's ever an entry and an exit wound,
oh, geez.
Good chance he died.
Sounds like just merely John Shish Kebab to me. Anyhow, all right.
Here's something also that's pretty interesting. There is a company that fires its employees who smoke, even if they smoke at home.
Really?
Yes.
They don't want any smokers?
None. It's a healthcare company in Michigan called Waco Incorporated.
Oh, jeez. They may want to change the name before they focus too much on firing the employees, Terry.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want my insurance from Waco Incorporated.
No, I don't think you do.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then there you go. Stephen, what have you learned from today's show? Hopefully you've learned not to be crapped on and take it. Please. Stop taking it. Everyone, you can't live a life without being crapped on, okay? We acknowledge that. Can you please identify consciously when you've been crapped on?
You mean the last 9 years?
That's one of them, sure. Get even. If you want to get even with me, if that's important to you, then do it.
No, it's not important to me. I don't feel like I've been crapped on.
Oh, Lord. How can you, I have to spell this out again, go to a prom, even if she's not your girlfriend, Terry. You go, you make arrangements, you plan, you get your tuxedo, you buy certain things that you're customary supposed to pay for the prom, the limo, dinner, all that stuff. You dance with her, you go to a hotel in her company, and then she, at the end of the night, has sex with some other guy. How do you have that happen and not be able to identify that you've been crapped on? It's tough enough when guys go to the prom and the girl doesn't want to have sex with them. That's understandable. Hey, okay, I can live with that. But you go, you do everything, and then she has sex with some other guy on that night, and you don't want to identify that as being crapped on?
I don't know if she did, number one. Number two, I don't feel that way because we were friends that were going to the prom together.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And I mean, we danced with other people at the prom, too. It's not like it was just all about her.
I would have killed her.
Wow. Well, that's where we're different.
Mm-hmm. We are very different, thankfully. You can't get away with that, no.
Because, I mean, you're a man. You would have taken her. You would have taken her down, I bet.
That's right. I would at least let her know you don't do that. That's bullcrap. I paid for it. You're going and having sex with some other guy. Run into that room that they were having sex and strangle her.
Wow. And what about him?
Or at least be able to identify, Terry, that I was Hey, I'm telling you many times in my life where I've been crapped on, and crapped again. But I acknowledge it, and I do whatever I have to do to make myself feel a little bit better about it. Yes, you can't always do everything you want to do.
But if it doesn't bother me...
I probably wouldn't have been able to put that knife all the way through both sides, Terry.
Right.
Wow, I can't even cut a chicken breast in half when it's frozen.
But I'm not letting it just go, oh, it's okay, we're just friends. I did everything with her. She was my date, but there she is having sex with someone else. I can understand it. No!
But this situation seems to bother you, and it doesn't seem to bother me.
Yeah, it bothers me just because it happened to you, man. Imagine what it would be like if it happened to me.
Well, I can't even
That
imagine
is
that.
very, very sad, man. I feel so bad for you that happened. I can't begin
to
tell
need to
you.
feel bad because it's not a big deal. I don't know why you do that. That seems
because I can't see how you could sit up there and pretend like it doesn't bother you in some place in your being. You go to a very special night like prom night. You decide you choose to go with this particular girl. You
I was
do
at
all
prom
the
the year
prom.
before. I've been to all of the dances. I mean, to me, they are all the same. It wasn't. I mean, to us, it wasn't
And
like the big focus on the whole
she has
prom
sex with
thing.
some other guy that night, and you're going to tell me there isn't a part of you that doesn't feel a little bit crapped on in that situation?
Well, I mean, the relationship that those two had, it wasn't surprising that...
Identify when you've been crapped on. It's going to happen in a person's life. You can't live a life without being crapped on, unless you want to die at age 3. If you live long enough, you're going to be crapped on. Identify when it happens, and do your best to get as even as possible without getting outside the legal lines.
Yeah, but I mean, you're all about getting laid and getting even and stuff, and that's, I mean, we're totally different. That's not what it's about for me.
Okay. What is it about for you, Stephen? Please
Well,
explain it. Makes no sense to me.
Hakuna Matata, man. It means no worries.
Wow. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. He's a Hakuna Matata, whatever that is, kind of guy.
It's from the line.
I know. I know.
But, Stephen, you don't have to be all about getting laid, but you could be all about not having your date get laid by somebody else. I mean, that's kind of what we're talking about.
Not saying that she had to have sex with you that night. I'm not saying it's a requirement of the prom that because you pay for all that stuff that she's required to have sex with you. No. In most cases, you won't be having sex on prom night. But please, don't have sex with some other guy on the night that I take you to prom.
But like I said, I don't know.
Can you save it for tomorrow night? Is that a possibility here?
Right. At least not tonight.
You're dying to have sex with him so bad. I'm just wondering if, since we did everything tonight as prom dates, if you can save it for tomorrow night when I'm not here in the building.
Like I said, I don't even know if that happened. I mean, we were in these hotel rooms as a group of friends with a lot of different people, and then,
she disappeared.
Well, I don't even think that she disappeared. I mean, it was just...
The T-Man.